tuned into the greatest. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
The Sultan of SWAT. The King of Crash. The Colossus of Clout. The Colossus of Clout.
Yo, this is Nappy Boy Radio Live.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
You so crazy. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Everybody stay where you are. Chill the F out.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I am Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Chaka.
Well, around here, between Normandy and Weston, we call this here a little twin. Wow.
It's simple. We kill the Batman.
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Tell me, do you bleed? You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
These white men are dangerous.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Now there's gonna tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out.
Oh my God, you want to talk about mothers? Oh, you want to talk about mothers? It's mother time.
Move, Captain. I won't ask a second time. It's no moon. It's a space station.
It's too big to be a space station.
Here at WIZ, we play nothing but the hits. Nothing but the hits. Nothing but the motherfucker.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
What up, fellow fanatics? How is everybody doing tonight? We appreciate everybody being here and all of you guys. We are going to get into Quantumania. We're going to get into the film. We saw it last night. I know a lot of you that are in the chat have already seen it as well. And if you have not seen it, I mean, it's in the title. This is a spoiler review. We are going to be going in full spoiler details on just exactly what was Quantumania. Was it good? Was it bad? What, blah 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 blah. Now, before we even start, well, I'm sorry. Let me keep in tradition here. If you're new here and you would like to join our Discord, you can. You can join our Discord. The link is down below in the bio. We do not today, obviously, but we do daily streams, and those daily streams are filled with different topics throughout the week and things like that. We talk about several different things. But in the Discord, if you'd like to join it, you can join our Discord. The link is down below in the bio. There are vast conversations that take place within the Discord from anime, DC, Star Wars, Marvel, etc. You talk about it, you name it, they are talking about it. So if you would like to join our Discord, you can do so down below. It's also the easiest way for us to get in contact with you when we do giveaways like today. We are doing giveaways today, so if you would like to be entered into one of our giveaways, this is the best way for me to get in contact with you by getting your mailing information through there. So you can join our Discord if you would like to. The link is down below in the bio. Q, it's Friday. How the fuck was your Friday?
It was good. The weather was good. I work outside, so I wanted to actually go to work today, and I got paid a little bit today, so good day. Ready for the weekend. As shitty as All-Star Weekend is, it'll give me a little bit to watch over the weekend, because I ain't found no new TV shows or nothing. But, you know me. Same old, growing up, feeling how y'all be feeling. Same old work day. But it was a good one.
Yeah, another work day. Well, another work day for me. Days are long, obviously, but I'm here. So let's jump into it. I'm gonna say something that may not be that popular of an opinion. The film is not bad. Everybody's sitting here saying that the film is just shit. It's oh my god. I think maybe it could be one of these things where people are coming off of the heels of Phase 4 and they're just, not it's not the Infinity Saga, and that's what everybody wants it to be. Well, and trust me, I want that Infinity Saga lightning in a bottle feeling too, but Marvel will never be that again. I'm sorry. Marvel will never repeat that Infinity Saga. And just because this film was not what I think, I think people are being too harsh on it. I don't think it's worth the 48 or 49, whatever it's at now. I don't think it's worth that scoring. It still, to me, was not the best start to Phase 5. 48. It still, to me, is not the best start to Phase 5. To me, until Kang gets there, for me personally, until Kang showed up, well, let me put it this way. When Kang showed up, it turned into a completely different film. Like for me, at the very beginning, it was cool. It was fine. It felt akin to some things from Phase 4, but when Kang entered, when Jonathan Major stepped onto the screen, it changed drastically. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was the bread and butter, obviously, of this film. We all knew that going in. That's something we all said, that we wanted to see. A lot of us were going to see this film for Kang. So, I thought that, I don't think that it's worth that bad scoring, but I also do not think that it was the best start to Phase 5. I've said this many, many times before Quantumania even came out. In order for this to pop, in order for you to really set the tone for Phase 5, it started with Quantumania. You established Kang. I have no questions there. You established Kang. Kang was established, which leads me to say what I said last night. Because of how good they established Kang, you now have me wondering, well, not wondering, I'm curious as to what this current Avengers roster with Sam Wilson, powerless Sam Wilson, who humanity is his superpower, what is humanity doing against Kang the Conqueror that you just displayed to me in Quantumania? Yeah. And so not just that, what is this Avengers roster, this current Avengers roster? You're going to have to really beef this shit up. You're going to have to get some heavy hitters in here that are going to be able to take on Kang the Conqueror. Because that Kang, the Kang we saw, he's not dead. And again, if you guys have been here, we've read these plot leaks. Kang is not dead. That Kang is going to become the Beyonder. Yeah. From my understanding, from what I've been looking at here lately, he's going to go beyond the void of time. So tiny. Yes. Yeah, within the what is that called? Beyond what's the sphere thing he got sucked into? I forgot his powers. Whatever it is, the thing that powered his chair. Yeah, the core, the thing that powered his chair. He's going to slip into the Beyond from there, and then from there he's going to become the Beyonder. How that's going to happen, I don't know if he's going to actually meet the Beyonder, kill the Beyonder, do it the way that Doom did it. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to have the powers of the Beyonder. And you take as powerful as he already was in this, you give him the powers of the Beyonder. What is this Avengers roster doing with? Because when Ant-Man and we're going to get there, but when Ant-Man and Wasp landed at the end there to fight him, when it was him, Cassie, and Hope, after he was decimating people, I said, what the fuck are they going to do? Like, what the fuck is the Ant family about to do with what he just did? And, so Kang was established, but I said going in, if Quantumania does not establish a tone for Phase 5, and I'm sorry, it didn't, for me personally, it didn't. Kang was established, but the tone did not establish it for Phase 5 to me. There's still no stakes. There's still no, like, what's going to happen. Like, obviously we know that the other Kangs are coming just from the post-credit scene and things like that, or the mid-credit scene, but it still felt inconsequential. It still felt like, the way I put it was, if it didn't have that Infinity War or Ragnarok feeling, because at the end of Ragnarok, with that post-credit scene, you felt it. You felt Thanos is coming. With this, I didn't feel Kang is coming. I felt, Kang beat the shit out of them in the quantum realm, but I don't feel as if he's coming. And that's just me personally. Again, it wasn't a 48. I give it a C. It was a 70% for me, so I'm gonna give it, what is that? I'm giving it like 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
6 out of 10, it was fun.
I can't lie. I personally, I agree with you. I don't think it deserves anything that it's getting, and I may be a little more than you on like the 7 out of 10 range just because I enjoyed myself in the movie, but I'm completely aware. I think that my rating's just a little higher because I missed feeling good in a Marvel movie, and I actually felt good in there. There are some things that they got right, but there are also things that they got wrong, that they continuously get wrong, how we talk about the third script or the final act and everything like that. And so there's things that they definitely need to improve on, and it's like a lot of the comments are saying, like we talked about, it's the Rick and Morty writers. It's hiring better writers, honestly.
Yeah.
And so, but honestly, there were things I liked in that. We all talked about Kang, but I enjoyed Janet in the film. I like Janet. I don't think Hope got to do shit really besides come in and
Hope was so
one-dimensional. For the Wasp to be in the title, I don't really think it should have been just Ant-Man and
we
Cassie.
Talked about that with the trailer. She's barely in the band trailers.
Should have just been Ant-Man and whatever. But we're about to get into whatever we're about to get into, but I definitely enjoyed myself. Like you said, it could have been a better start. The post-credit scenes were... I enjoyed the second one better just because I think that's really just the start of, like, I can imagine that as the first thing of Loki Season 2. Yeah. So it's like I can start to... I got that feeling back where it's like I can be curious about the future of Marvel, and I can actually see if I can put things together that might happen next, or even like next week we can come here and maybe have a video on what's going to happen in Loki Season. So just some shit like that. So with other post-credit scenes, we couldn't do that. I've seen a lot of comments on MODOK. I enjoyed MODOK. I didn't enjoy Darren. Every time they took his fucking mask off and showed his big bald head, some people saying he's supposed to look like that. He's supposed to be ugly, but he's not supposed to look like fucking big round bubble head.
Yeah,
like Amazing World of Gumball head ugly.
Yeah.
But, I think it's a step in the right direction. I think as an Ant-Man movie, they put him on on a good stage. I like the things I saw from Paul Rudd from previously in like Ant-Man 2, as we talked about there. I like to see the father element and stuff, but I'm sure we're about to get into some stuff. Let me stop ranting.
Yeah, we're going to get into some stuff for sure. We're going to get into it all. I do want to piggyback off something you said there, and that is the third act. Marvel still cannot, in my opinion, and this is all subjective, I want to make sure I put that out there too. You may not like what I have to say, and that's fine. You may not like what I have to say. You may like what I have to say, and again, that too is fine. This is all subjective. My viewer experience, it was different than yours. It may have been. For me, Marvel still can't do a third act to save their goddamn lives. If I see another third act like that from Marvel again, which makes me worried for like Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, because when we get to a third act, it's like, damn, can y'all not write a decent fucking fight battle scene? Damn, because it's like I don't know. I wasn't feeling the third act. The third act for me kind of let me say this: that it was the third act when everybody showed up. It felt like the end of I know you won't know this reference, but it felt like the end of Rise of Skywalker. When all the ships showed up at the end to take out Palpatine, when they thought in the movie, when Palpatine's doing what he's doing, everybody thinks, okay, this is it, this is over. Then out of nowhere, thousands of ships come, and that's what it felt like with that. All these ships came to help take down Kang, this huge rebellion and all this shit, and the flying fucking houses, walking around, shooting people. Like, don't get me wrong. I said this last night, too. I like the rebellion idea. I like the whole resistance rebellion trying to go against Kang in the quantum realm. These people that have this civilization in the quantum realm. I like that. But be fucking serious with it. Like, we didn't have to have the whole... drink the ooze.
Building.
Yeah, the living building and the drinking the ooze. And I have holes and like, bro, I get like that whole village shit was so fucking Rick and Morty. And don't get me wrong, as of right now, Gal has failed. Rick and Morty. Loveness, I'm not gonna say Loveness has failed. I'm gonna say it was he didn't fail to me, but it was very again, Rick and Morty, and then Waldron yet to be seen. You can say Multiverse of Madness. I thought Multiverse of Madness with what he did, it was fine. I liked Wanda. It was fine for me. But those are three Rick and Morty writers right now that there are those two, and two of them. Loveness is doing Kang Dynasty. Waldron is doing Secret Wars. So it's like, how Rick and Morty are we gonna fucking get with this shit? But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna do something that I haven't seen any reviewers doing actually of it, and we are going to actually go scene by scene through Quantumania with you guys. Obviously, we cannot play the actual movie. I cannot press play on any of this, so don't be like, oh, Darius, press play on that scene. Fuck that. Disney will shoot no, we cannot do that. So we will go scene by scene of some of the things that have, from what we saw. And then I'm going to read a few things here from Kevin Feige that he was talking about. One of the things is the delaying of some of the Phase 5 shows, which again I think is good. I like the fact that some of this shit is getting delayed, because I feel like after they looked at the score, and now this came before the score, these delays and things like that, but I feel like if the rumors were true about people in Marvel Studios already being upset with the final product of Quantumania, and this was a rumor that was out there. People at Marvel Studios being upset with the final product that was Quantumania before it released to the public. If that's true, then maybe Marvel and them sat down, took a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror and said, hey, we've got to make we got to make some changes. Phase 4, 19 projects in Phase 4. For me, out of 19 projects, I enjoyed maybe 5.
I mean, we talked about in videos last year of even like when we're in our little fatigue videos, and we always came to the consensus it was take your time. Even if you give us more content, take your time. Just space it out more. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing that they looked at something and was like, let's push this back because we might want to change something or look at it some more. So, I don't know how anyone... what's the bad argument for it? Like,
Yeah.
It got pushed back. I won't get to see it 2 months sooner. Like, no.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about Phase 7, because Phase 7 is what Kevin Feige was talking about in development and stuff like that, and that's obviously with the slowdowns. And then I'm going to also read what he said Phase 4 was all about. But before we do that, like I said, we're going to go in this, and then the last thing that I'll do is going to be reading some of these audience scores and critic scores from Rotten Tomatoes. So let's see here. So we open with the... Does this not move? Okay. Obviously, we open with the Marvel Crawl. Everybody knows that. Then we jump right into it, and then we're in the quantum realm. Now, one thing that I will say is here is, Kang's ship going across here through the quantum realm or whatever, as he just crashed into the quantum realm, and then Janet seeing him, and then going to see what that was, what crash landed, blah, 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 meeting Nathaniel Richards, meeting Kang. Then from there, we jump into, him asking, what is this place, blah, blah, blah. Jump into Scott Lang, who is doing his commentary at the beginning. Now, some of this part, again, I don't mind this. This was fine. This was fine to me. The beginning of him talking, and then, kind of giving a synopsis of where he's been since... Endgame, and things like that. The last time we saw him, Endgame and things like that. The Spider-Man joke in the coffee shop. I like the interconnective tissue stuff.
His book.
Yeah, being about his book and things like that. So, kind of skip past a little bit of this, but that's just them talking there again about the book. Blah 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 blah. Then we get to. I'm glad we're here. I didn't like Catherine Newton. No, for me, her acting. It didn't take me out of the film. I didn't like when she was on screen. Every time she was on screen, I felt like she was dragging down whoever she was acting on screen with, because she's not in. I didn't like her acting.
I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't really sit there and it didn't affect me too much. It didn't impress me or anything. But one thing I did like was the way that they wrote Cassie. I feel like they set her up for the future in terms of her standing up for the homeless shelter, her fighting with the rebellion. We can tell she's just going to be like a rebellionist type fighter or whatever. So right. I feel like the writing for her is at least there in terms of her appearing as a character and everything. But
yeah,
hopefully either she gets better or they go ahead and make another switch.
Another switch. I mean, here's the thing. It was like, I felt it
didn't feel like natural for her.
It didn't feel natural.
She was like reading.
Yes,
shit
it felt like she was still reading. Yes,
her scenes and plugging them.
She was awkward. I looked because I'm not familiar with her outside of this, so I looked it up. The only thing big outside of this she's played in, and if you want to call it big, sure, was Annabelle Creation, the first Annabelle film. I don't even remember her in that. But she didn't. I didn't like her. I didn't like Catherine Newton as this scene. This was awkward too. She was. It wasn't awkward. Her acting made it awkward. The scene itself was not awkward. Her acting made it awkward for me. Like, I don't know. I didn't really care for it. Paul Rudd was Paul Rudd, and I thought he was still good. I saw people some people's reviews saying, "Oh, it felt like Paul Rudd wasn't as funny and as well." Again, the tone in this wasn't meant for him to be funny. He had funny moments, but bro, his daughter just got kidnapped. By a sadistic, crazy, multiversal lunatic.
I don't think Paul Rudd did bad at all.
I don't think he did bad at all. Like, what did you want him to do? Making jokes with Kang?
And say he's like Robert Downey Jr. But I don't think he's. I think he's one of the better actors they got right now.
Yeah, I thought Paul Rudd was fine. He was fine.
He handled the tone well as to like his previous two movies usually being funnier. I think he handled it well, especially being, like I said earlier, he got put on the stage with the biggest villain and stuff like that.
Got his ass beat, but he got put on the biggest stage, the stage with the biggest villain. And being on that stage, like I said, what did you want him to do in this kind of tone of a film? Like, when Kang steps on screen, the tone drastically changes. Drastically. So, I mean, I don't know what people were expecting Paul Rudd to come in and do. He still had funny moments, though. So we'll move on to after the car scene. We're back at the house. They're sitting down at the table talking about, just Hope trying to get more out of Janet. What was the quantum realm like? Janet not wanting to talk about the quantum realm at all, and obviously for good reason.
Talking about, and then they got an argument that Scott don't do shit.
Yeah.
He saved the world, and now he don't do anything.
Now he's writing books.
Everyone else is still trying to do something with their lives, and then they get to the point where they're like, let's show them what's in the basement. Right.
So we get down to the basement there. Yeah, sorry, that's commercial. Anyway, get down in the
That's not part of it. That nigga ate it. That nigga ate in the kitchen.
Get down to the basement, and they're talking about the quantum realm. And I like somebody said in somebody's review said the ants that the ants that randomly showed up. Well, it really wasn't random because again, if you were paying attention, they established the ants here. The ants have always been a part of the Ant-Man films. Now, did I like the fact that the ants took out Kang? Fuck no. But
and they already established these ants were a little more advanced.
Advanced, right. And then they established that they went through that they lived 1,000 lives or whatever.
1,000 days old in the span of like quantum time and shit.
Yeah. So it wasn't like the ants weren't established. I still don't like that the ants took Kang down, but
to each their own on if you like it, but it was understandable.
Right. So the ants were established there. They're talking about the quantum realm. Janet's like, what the fuck are you doing? Sending messages down the quantum realm. And Cassie is, saying what she's saying here. We've all seen the trailer. This is the part where they all get sucked in. And now we are in the quantum realm. And they even showed the ants getting sucked in too. So for people that were saying like, oh, the random ants. No, really, they established that shit. They showed it. They really did. They fight that random whatever this monster is, and then you've got Hope looking for Janet and her father.
Kang's ship.
Yeah, Kang's ships scanning the area for Janet because obviously he knows that Janet's here. This is where it started. Like again, the village people or the people of the quantum realm. Again, I don't mind. I don't even mind the weirdness of it, but I want you to make it. It should have been more of a tone of seriousness to me because you have like.
It should have been the tone of how she was explaining what Kang did to them, how he burned.
Exactly.
That should have
been the tone.
Had that tone the whole time.
That should have been the tone because you've got a people who have been displaced.
They should be upset that they just landed in the quantum realm and now Kang's probably gonna come looking for them, killing however many people they have that have rebelled against him. So I mean, they should have been pissed and not cracking jokes and shit and oozing shit. I mean, it's to each their own. Like I always say.
Yeah, it should have.
If you like the ooze shit, I laughed at it the first time. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I didn't laugh.
The next couple times, I'm like,
Yeah, like it should have been established. It should have been established. These people should have been more serious, and the reason it should have been more serious because these are people who have been displaced from their home, from an outsider, someone that they said again he comes from above. You are like him. You come from above. Like these are people that have been in the quantum realm for God knows how long. We don't know how time works or whatever in the quantum realm like that. We don't know how long these people have been here, but they are in their own little universe. They've been misplaced or displaced from their homes, their culture, their way of living, everything that they know by. And again, an outsider. That should have been reflected in their attitudes. That now it wasn't the main leader girl. She was disgruntled the whole time. And I'm not obviously not everybody's going to sit around being pissed about their situation. Obviously, you got to move on from your situation at some point. But again, I thought it should have still been showing more of the village just being, I don't know, the seriousness of it. Like
how do you feel about William Jackson Harper?
I thought it was pointless.
Yeah.
I thought it was pointless.
Like, he was cool for what he was.
He was cool for what he was. It was just
wasted.
pointless. Yeah, wasted. Another, again, anyway.
I was going to say the same thing.
Another wasted brother. I'm going to say it. Another wasted brother.
That's nice
by Marvel.
How I was going to put it.
But I know I keep using Star Wars examples, but I'm using Star Wars examples because, like the critics are saying, this was very Star Wars-y. I'm not a Star Trek fan, but Star Trek-y. It was very Strange New World-y, too. It was very all that shit. I didn't watch Strange New World, saw the previews, it looked like the fucking Quantum Realm. It was all of that shit. And it's like, again, if you're I'm using the Star Wars example because for anybody that watched Star Wars and you watched Clone Wars, when Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin went to where Saw Gerrera lived and his sister, I forget the name of the planet, but when they were going to free them from the tyranny of the Separatists, the attitudes of the people of that planet weren't holes or drink. It was, we are being ran by a tyrant. We want help. You know, we're upset. We're disgruntled. To me, again, that just should have been the tone. Mileage may vary, but that should have been the tone.
Trying to help Kang.
Yeah.
Like, here, we captured them. Like, leave us alone.
Yeah, leave us the fuck alone. Then you got Janet, obviously. Hope asking Janet, like, why are you not telling us things? What are you not telling us? Why are you lying? And then Janet just saying you have to fucking trust me and blah blah blah. Then we move on. I didn't even like this stuff here, the whole ooze stuff. I didn't really care even for this scene. I thought that this was even a kind of, again,
forgettable.
I know I said I gave the film a C, and I did, but for me, the film didn't start for me till Kang. This stuff right here,
forgettable.
Yes, forgettable.
But it's good. When you sit down and watch it,
it's fine. Yeah,
you're not sitting there like, oh, this is boring. Like,
yeah, I wasn't saying it's boring.
It's forgettable.
I was questioning some things, like this whole like obviously she knew him. They had a pre-established relationship maybe before she left. But my thing is, if everybody hates her because that's when we get to Kryler, that's what I got, is that everybody hated Janet because even the villagers were like, oh, Janet? What name did you say? The lead village lady was like, what name did you say? And they're like, Janet, how do you know Janet? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's looking for her. So everybody already knows who Janet is. But if everybody hates her, why the fuck did he not? What was the laughing and hugging for? Maybe not everybody hates her. I don't know. But I just thought that it was okay. It was a way for them to establish a way for Hank, Hope, and Janet to get out of this situation by having some type of transportation with that creature. Then we moved on back to the villagers with the whole drink the ooze so you can understand what they're saying thing like that, blah, blah, blah. This whole thing I really just didn't like. I really didn't like. To me, this was just very, again, Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Very Rick and Morty.
The holes, innuendo.
Yeah.
Shit wasn't.
No. Not funny. I didn't find it funny.
Wasn't doing anything for me.
And I honestly, like I said, Janet, I did enjoy Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet and I thought she did good. I thought she was one of the highlights also.
Yeah.
Then we get to this whole, wherever she is, this bar where she's meeting Kryler. Kryler comes in. Trying to get there. Kryler comes in and he's saying, you think at first I thought he was gonna help her, but then that's what I thought. Then you get to the point where he's like, oh, you left us here. Kang can be very persuasive. Well, they don't even say his name. They keep saying he can be very persuasive and things like that. So he ends up turning on Janet in this moment and telling Janet, hey, we're gonna give you to him, and maybe your friends too if they're not already dead, because they sent MODOK after him. And what was MODOK called? He was the hunter, or whatever he's called, the greatest weapon or whatever.
Yeah, the hunter.
Then we're back in the village where they're talking, where Scott and Cassie are talking to the village people and just trying to figure more out about that. I'm trying to get to when Kang gets in here. Obviously, same thing. Kryler continuing on with his whole stalling charade for time and shit. Then they break out in the fight to where they all escape.
Hank throws pim particle.
Yeah, Hank throws the pim particle at the octopus thing.
Starts eating niggas and shit. And they steal the ship.
Now Kang's soldiers show up in the village, right? So they show up in the village, and once they showed up in the village here, again, now this part I didn't mind. I didn't mind when Kang's soldiers showed up and we had some action stuff here, blah blah blah. It was fine. Cassie, again, it's just Catherine Newton for me. She was alright. Trying to get to that shit. Oh, there he is again. Oh, he's long that time. I'm gonna get to Kang. Okay, no, they were here. We'll start here with MODOK. So we get here to MODOK, right? We finally get here to MODOK. And we all already knew what MODOK was gonna look like under the mask. I didn't mind MODOK in this. They showed too much of him without the mask. Yeah. It was way too much of him without the mask. And again, I brought the action figure down because to me, you didn't have to get Justin Squirrel to come back and do this. You didn't have to. To me, what I thought should have been done with MODOK is it should have been some type of CGI, whatever, to make him look like this. Not to make him look what he looked like.
Yeah, flying fucking building.
Yeah, like
a live building.
Yeah,
and shit.
Like they could have. To me, that's what should have been done. It should have been some type of CGI done on his face to make him. It should have been computer animated. That's what it should have been done. Should have been done for MODOK, in my opinion. I think MODOK would have been better served that way because the stretchy faced Darren, I didn't like it. I did not like it. Again, I didn't mind the character. It was fine. But I did not like... It was still... Let me put it this way when I say I didn't mind the character. It's definitely not MODOK. But I didn't mind... his dialogue. I didn't mind some of his moments where he came in. I minded every moment that he lifted that mask. But it's still not MODOK. And the MCU seems to have a problem with that when it comes to certain villains. They did it to Taskmaster.
And he's dead.
Yeah, and he's dead. They do that too. They did it to Taskmaster. They've done it now to MODOK. What's some other villains? I mean, let some people tell it Ultron. I mean, I'll sell it. I'll say that too. Ultron is not Ultron of the comics at all. But Ultron, I mean, there's just... I don't know what's so hard about making them as strong as they are in the comic books, because that's something like the Russo brothers said with Hulk. That's why we have Smart Hulk, is because they just simply didn't know what to do with Hulk in Endgame. I think their wording was, what do we do with such a strong character? The same way they write him in the fucking comics. I don't understand that. Like, I don't get that. I don't get it. But so
niggas act like Hulk would just whoop Thanos' ass, movie over.
Yeah, like bro, like be fucking creative. You know, like this is they need now. Jeff Loveness obviously said that he read deep into Kang's comics about Rama Tut, Scarlet Centurion. He name dropped all those guys. He also said on the red carpet that he has, he's read Marvel comics. He, grew up reading Marvel comics. Spider-Man was one of his favorites, X, Y, and Z. But you guys need to have a room of comic readers, not just one. You need to have a room. Nate Moore and Kevin Feige
bouncing ideas.
Yes, bouncing ideas. People that know the lore. People that had not people. Because how did Nate Moore put it? We want people that are or will question things from the. No, fuck that questioning shit. Because us as fans, we're questioning things. What you need to do is get comic writers in these writers' rooms so that you can deliver something akin to the fucking comic. I mean, again, I get it. It's the MCU. It's not the comics. I understand that. But you are pulling from the comics.
That's exactly, yeah. You're not supposed to. We all get as fans. You're not literally putting a comic book into a movie. You're not taking page for page, word for word, making it a movie. But like the main ideas and concepts that you are basing your ideas and plot lines off of need to be the same as the source. I don't see why you're taking something and you're going to switch the look, the way it acts, the way I'm just saying it, because the he, she, robots, trees, it doesn't matter. They take everything and they just switch it from the source. And so
right.
I just don't understand the. It's enjoyable at times, you know, when you take a character like Groot, who didn't really mean shit in the comics, and you've given him a whole cool, you know. When you take characters like Taskmaster who have stories in comics and you come and fuck it up.
And you fuck them up,
and
bro.
And then you kill him. Where does that leave you to grow on anything?
It doesn't.
And as we see, they just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, no.
Until it leads to, maybe they'll bring Ultron back, and maybe they'll a variant of Thanos or some shit like... Shouldn't have been dead in the first place.
No, and again, it's getting guys in these rooms that know the source material, that know what they're talking about, bro. It's like, you know, when we found out Corey couldn't make it because she, you know, her child, she needed somebody to watch her son, so she couldn't be here today. I put on my Instagram story, you know, if anybody wants to come on the show to talk Quantumania, if you've already seen it, but you need to know what you're talking about. You can't come on... Again, I'm not going to bring somebody on the show that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm not going to bring somebody on here that doesn't, one, know the MCU, and two, know comics. Like, at least have some type of comic knowledge background to where you know what you're talking about. But it's the same thing. It's having people that know the fucking source material that you can bounce these ideas off of so that you can deliver a great film. Because to me, again, I said it still wasn't the best start to Phase 5. And it should have been, it really should have hit hard home. So, okay, now we're here. Kang's here. We've got Cassie and Scott locked in the jail cells within Kang's Chronopolis. Then Kang's...
one of the best scenes we've gotten from Marvel.
Oh my gosh, yes.
In a while. Dialogue,
this was brilliant.
Tone,
this was brilliant. I was fidgeting in my seat. This was so brilliant. When Kang came in and established the tone and established who he is, I was fidgeting. Thank you so much, B. Smith. He says Lion Nate doesn't get it. Use comic writers. No, he doesn't get it at all. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. No, he does not get it at all. But I thought, again, I was fidgeting in my seat during this moment because Kang's dialogue, the shit he was saying to Scott, when he had Cassie and he said, "You don't think I'll kill her? You think I'm joking? He said, you think I'm joking? You think I'm lying?" However he said it, I was like, bro, it was dope. It was dope. And then when he pulled Scott in and said,
"I will kill her.
I will kill her and make you relive this moment over and over and over again.
You want to die?
Yeah,
I will kill you."
Yeah,
I was like.
But I also like when he said, "I am not a man." Well, he said, "I am a man that likes to be understood." Yeah. I was like, bro, I love it. He was brilliant.
He said, "Do you understand me, Scott?"
Yeah. So what's it gonna be, Ant-Man? I love it, bro. It was again, Jonathan Majors. Because that Creed trailer before was dope too. Yep. That was a different one. I'd never seen that one.
That one was like the Marvel.
Yeah, that was like a behind the scenes type of deal. That was dope. I didn't
know that shit about the IMAX.
I didn't know that either.
Sidetracked, but I
didn't know that either.
See that shit like. Premiere.
I know.
Because that shit I'm over here watching sweat drip off the.
It looked dope.
Like, bro,
it looked dope.
Crazy.
So you got Jonathan Majors has been in Devotion. Now, granted, the film didn't pop like that, but he was still in Devotion. Creed's gonna pop. Quantumania people are seeing, and he's great in Quantumania as Kang. We've been saying it since day one. Jonathan Majors is going to become a household fucking name after Quantumania, after Creed, after all that stuff, because his performance, just from the trailers in Creed, looks fantastic. Yep. His performance here was amazing. As this Kang, he was amazing. I thought he was great. I really did.
He looked like he was something that he studied doing. He wanted to do. This Kang, he enjoyed doing.
For sure, it definitely did. And so when he's here, he pushes. You see the might of Kang here too, and that was something I really wanted them to display. And I'm so glad. I give them an A+ there. They established him, bro. He was so established. Because Kang's power, the motherfucker lifted his fingers with his arms crossed.
He threw MODOK into the wall.
He said, "Don't speak when I'm in the room." Don't speak when I'm in the room. And I'm like, bro, I love that shit.
Would do to fucking Miss Marvel.
Yeah, like just moving his finger, just his finger, you know, and just moving his finger, he did what he did to Scott and Cassie. So I thought that shit was dope too. Again, just establishing who he is, what he is, how strong he is. That this motherfucker is simply not to be trifled with. And he's going to get what he wants, regardless of if it's in this film or the next one. He's going to get what he wants at the end of the day. We go back to Janet here, and Janet is talking to, I believe, Hope and Hank, and this is where she's, I believe, telling them everything. Yes, so this is the back in time now, the once Nathaniel first landed. And the thing I'll say about this, I really loved this flashback scene here, and the reason I loved it because it humanized Kang also. It showed us a side of Kang that you don't see any other time in the movie. I feel like he has a soft spot for Janet. Even when Janet showed back up, I feel like he has a soft spot for Janet, and I feel like the soft spot for Janet is simply because she opened up to him in their time alone, you know, that all the time they spent together alone. She opened up to him, which in turn allowed him to open up to her. Now, granted, he did not tell her everything, but there were things that he did. He felt comfortable enough with her.
Like whenever there were two things that stood out whenever they were together at the beginning, and he was like, "It's just nice to have a friend here" or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the second part, whenever they were talking, and he was like, "You saved my life."
Yeah.
So it really was showing like how much they kind of meant to each other.
Yeah. I don't think he really truly wants to harm. Now, will he? To get what he wants? He will. I don't think he wants to harm Janet, though, because we'll get there. But yeah, I don't think he wants to harm Janet. I like this whole shit, the scene here with the two of them. It's dark on our screen, but it's lighter here. The scene between the two of them, just Kang, you know, opening up to her somewhat, her opening up to Kang, telling Kang everything, which might come back to bite Janet, because Kang, she did fully open up to Kang. She told Kang, you know, I'm assuming just about, she says she's been 30 years down there. You don't go 30 years down there and you don't spill your life to someone, that the only other person that you're talking to at this point, you know? So I really like that shit. I thought that was dope. I liked what she saw here too when she touched the ship.
Yeah, they rebuild the core. Yeah, put it back into his ship or whatever. Ship's back on, and then
appreciate you being
as
here.
As they're about to go back and drop her back off, whatever 616. She touches the core, and then she sees everything, like him being a conqueror and shit. Yeah, and
one of the things though I really was looking for in this montage of shit,
something they missed big,
was him. You didn't have to show him killing one, but maybe show him with like a fucked up cap shield.
At the end of the movie, how they had the dropped Ant-Man helmet that's broken.
Yes.
Just show something like that.
Something from a different Avenger. Just showing that this motherfucker has.
Because it's obvious he knows Thor.
Mm-hmm. It's obvious he knows Thor's.
Avengers. It's too many of they all blur together or whatever.
And then he even said at the end, "I have killed." I've killed Avengers. You talk to ants. Yeah, so it's like I wish they would have shown that, just, you know, because it didn't have to be shown. It didn't have to be shown, but I felt like it would have added just a little bit more
like
of a
in his ship or something, or just where he was sitting, or just
because Kang has a trophy room, bro. I'll even show that really quick.
Yeah, no, we talked about we hope we see this in the movie, like at least sometime when we see Kang, like his trophy room, like all the little collectibles from each Avenger that he's killed, captured, or whatever.
Yeah, like I wish we could have seen something akin to this. Now we didn't need to see. I'm just gonna cover the screen really quick. We didn't need to see Kang killing the said Avengers, but in this here, you see from this comic panel. I don't know if you guys really can't see it. Let me help you guys. Hold on. Sorry, this is gonna make me save. I knew it was gonna do that stupid shit. Fuck. Hold on, I'm sorry. I want to show this really quick, though. I want to show it really quick.
Intermission. If
go
every
ahead.
viewer right now don't mind, just go ahead and throw in this video a like. You know, 83 viewers, 30 likes. Let's go ahead and get those likes up, and we appreciate it. Thank you for being here on a Friday night.
Hold on, guys.
This video ain't sponsored by anybody. Let's see. Any comments standing out right now? Hungry Almighty. He lost to ants. Yeah. Nigga did. Be real. Thank you for being here. Raymond loves something. Still standing on that. I love to see it. So he's not trolling. Raymond, I enjoyed it too. I'm glad to see you fucking enjoyed something for once. Every time I look at a comment rating like this shit was ass, this shit was this, like you said.
Okay, this is what I mean. Something akin to this. Now again, we didn't necessarily have to see Kang killing Avengers.
Yep.
But it would have been nice. I even love the fact that he even mentioned him. Just the fact that he mentioned Thor, the fact that, or no, he mentioned the one with the hammer, the fact that he said Avengers. But it still would have been nice to have seen in that little montage him, because the man has a trophy room of Avengers that he's taken from different universes, things that he's done to them from, like this. Those are two different cap shields there. Yep. That's a cap shield from a different universe and one from another. You've got all these Iron Man helmets.
His head in the
yeah, you got Cap, you got Beast right here next to him. You got fucking Mr. Fantastic stretched across the ceiling. Like, you got a whole ass Vision. You got Magneto's helmet over there. Kang is truly a conqueror. If you know Marvel Comics, you know this. It would have been nice to have seen that. Again, I just thought that was something that they could have done to establish a bit more of who he truly is.
That's something you can drop little parts in each show. You can drop part of that in Ant-Man, part of that in Loki season 2. You know, you don't have to. If they do decide to show something like this, they don't have to save it for like one big moment.
You don't have to.
It can be. I don't know. Like we both said, I just wish they would have had something.
Yeah. They don't have to. And you got Nick Fury's head over here, like D-Real pointed out. You got the white Nick Fury. You got
Iron Man,
Spider-Man, Daredevil's fucking I mean, you got Thor's helmet here. You got Ultron.
Yep.
Like it's Kang is a conqueror. So I thought that would have been cool for something to show like that. But we'll keep moving here. So this is after she touched the chair. Kang's asking her, what did you see? He knows. That's why he was making that whole trying to convince her let me just take you home.
Like, we made a promise. You saved my life. Let me.
Yeah.
You will open the door. Or she will open the door, and you will be there. And that was that's one of the why I like Jan. I guess probably because the relationship with Kang and Janet, they just played so well.
Yeah, they did play well.
The emotions of him, do you want to see your daughter? I can give you that, and her having to realize, I might have to sacrifice something.
My daughter, for
the greater good.
Yeah, because what she saw. He's a maniac. He's a monster. So but one thing I really, really liked from this whole scene was that we got to see her be the Wasp. We got to see Janet. I would love for more of Hank and Janet as their time as Ant-Man and Wasp. Man, because that shit, that would be dope. I think Michelle Pfeiffer, she was great. She really was great.
They're both great.
Yeah,
Michael Douglas was great. Give Hank some corny.
He did have some corny shit.
Just watching the ants all zoom by him and shit, and even a couple of his lines of him they're not you, baby.
Yeah,
just
And I think that maybe that's why Michael Douglas said in this latest interview, if in the next film he wants to be killed off, he said that.
And that's my thing though. I'm sure we'll get to the end whenever we get there and everything. But yeah, no, they're both great and everything. It's just why can't we have more of them in the past and shit like that? Because I haven't seen anyone that doesn't like that.
No, I haven't seen anybody that's
everyone loves Janet.
Everybody loves Janet and Hank. So then they're continuing talking. This is when we see him truly become who he is. At that Nathaniel, this before who Janet was talking to, she was talking to Nathaniel. But then she tapped into some shit she wasn't supposed to know about. Yeah.
Come on.
She tapped it. She fucked around and found out some shit.
The more she fucked around,
the more she fucked around, the more she found out, and she simply was not supposed to know this shit. That's why he unveiled who he truly is, the Conqueror, Kang the Conqueror, and I thought this shit was brilliant. I liked the little fight here between the two of them. Him trying to explain himself to her not wanting to hear it. Him saying, "Okay, look, bitch, give me my shit, or I'm gonna have to fuck you up. I understand we've been down here trapped together, but I'm not opposed to fucking you up for what I want to achieve." Like, because he even said it. When she said you're killing trillions, he said if only that mattered.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
If only that mattered, Jim.
Yeah, he was like, if only that
and it's
mattered.
just the way his voice so fucking calm.
So calm, bro. He was like, if only that mattered.
Like, you understand that shit's so serious,
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Like,
he is dead ass about it. And, like, his explanation of it, too, when he was explaining it, and again, we're going to get to that, when he was explaining to Janet. But we see her blow up the core here for him so he can't get it, or shrink the core, rather. She blew it up, didn't she? Yeah, she blew it up. Yeah.
bad and shit. That's the main thing in a time heist.
So she blew up the core. Obviously, she's explaining it to Hope and Hank here, just telling them, about her time in the realm, blah, blah, blah. Then we get, who is he talking to here?
That is...
Oh, this is Scott he's talking to. So didn't we see all this already? Because I felt like this happened already. Okay, anyway, so he's explaining. Oh no, it hadn't happened. It hadn't happened
yet.
No,
the beginning was
That's
first
right.
Whenever MODOK gets them in the jail and everything.
Yeah. So then we see him, torturing Cassie, which I love that shit because putting the stakes on Scott. I like the whole father wanting, the relationship with his daughter, wanting the lost time with his daughter, defending his daughter, I like that whole thing. The whole motivation for Scott I liked. But I really like when he told him you're out of your league. I like that part there. Again, establishing Kang's abilities here. This motherfucker is doing shit. I want to make sure I'm putting this very plain. About 85% of before he gets pissed and starts doing all the shit with his, the powers, the blasting, the energy blast and everything, most of the shit he does is with a finger.
Yeah.
Like, this nigga stroked the air and a portal appeared.
Like, he wasn't even that in this film.
Yeah.
Like, this was just the start. Like, this was the establishment of who he is. I don't think this is anything close of who the fuck,
what he's going to be.
Yeah.
What he's gonna be, especially with the powers of the Beyonder.
What he gonna do to Sam?
Man, yeah. Well, I'm telling you, with all that humanity that Sam's got for his superpower. Okay, this nigga, man, Janet was running. He pointed at her and she paused in her tracks, bro. What is humanity doing against that? That's what I'm saying. You got some convincing to do with this roster, this current roster. Now, T'Challa. Let me stop. Okay, so then we've got.
You finna get like 75 comments.
There is that comic panel of Kang and T'Challa fighting. There is that comic panel of the two of them fighting. You Bombay. So we've got now there, Kang showing him the power core and showing him all that stuff, telling him what he's got to do. This scene was not what I thought it was going to be. Not to say it was bad. It just wasn't what I predicted this scene to be. I thought it was much more multiversal than a probability storm. That's not what I thought at all. But
that shit. Well, that's what I wanted to talk about too. That shit might have been the most Rick and Morty scene in there, like the millions of Ant-Mans, and then you get the one in the Baskin Robbins shit. That shit is the most Rick and Morty shit you will like when Morty or Rick goes to another world and there's a million hymns, but one of them's different or some shit. Like, it's just, you can tell like they're Rick and Morty writers and shit. But the thing is, I just didn't like how you said it just didn't go down how I wanted to go down. It wasn't bad, but it didn't make sense either. Like, what the fuck were they doing? Until Hope comes
Hope shows up,
and then they have a point. But all that before that,
why did they all disappear when Hope showed up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the point of everything was to get them to a point for Hope to save them. It's like,
honestly,
like all that shit. That's all it was for.
Honestly, yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So we go into the probability storm. I didn't even I thought this part was kind of corny too. Like Cassie breaking away from the guys to go hug her dad. Like, so they had that loose of a grip on Cassie. Anyway, Cassie broke out of the grips of the guards to go hug her dad and say, come back, make sure you come back, all that kind of stuff. Again, I like the father-daughter moment.
That's the only cool thing about that, like, her getting in there and his head and everything, and him saying, like, we all want the same thing.
I did like that. I did like that, because at Scott's core, regardless of any Scott from any universe, they all want the same thing, their daughter. They love Cassie, and that's what that was the motivation in the first one. The first film ended in her room on a train set, so I like that. The probability storm thing, it was a little strange, but it was what it was. You got all the multiple Ant-Mans here, trying to, the Baskin-Robbins Ant-Man. The CGI there was awful, though. I'll say that. That looked green screened than a motherfucker. I don't know what's going on with Marvel and the CGI stuff, but they've got to fix that. Let's see. Let's move on. I'm trying to get past the probability storm. So we got, them trying to get to the core here. Then Hope comes in, saves Scott. They do what they do.
For like the first or second time, she does it like 4 times.
That was her purpose of this film, to save Scott, because she really was so one-dimensional. So this is so now we're at the part here. Yep. This is where Janet's like, you can't give that to him and blah blah blah, and then Kang comes out and says, you might want to give it to me, and this is the first time he's seen Janet since she left him there. Who is Michael? What was he doing here? MODOK. That's where MODOK showed up. Yeah.
Now, let me ask, because I might have fell asleep. Was this nigga Hank not laying on the ground?
He was.
And then the next second he walked up with that. Now I'm assuming the ants saved him and everything, but why the fuck did they just go from that nigga laying on the ground?
There were so many weird cut moments, bro. There were so many the editing was a little strange. The editing was strange. The editing was strange. There were some weird moments there. Like I was wondering, like, why did we just cut?
I'm just making sure.
No, it wasn't just you. No, it wasn't just you.
Just laying on. I swear.
No, he was laid out on the cockpit
of
the
stomach, face down,
like
butt, ass in there.
like no, you're not wrong. It was some weird editing, because even after this scene, so when Janet and Kang are talking here, and you got Hope, I like that part. When I'm skipping past MODOK, it's just MODOK and Hank. So he's already done it. He's already done it by this point. This is when they try to go at Kang, right? When Wasp and Ant-Man go after him, and he literally, it's from his point of view. I love it.
You see them two tiny
you see the two tiny ass, and he just literally flicks the shit out of them.
It's like they threw in like a little slap sound too, like a little fly.
Flick the shit out of them, and then you see obviously.
So did they already blow the core up, or did he takes it back from him?
He has it at this point. He does have it at this point. It's shrunk down at this point, so he's got it. That's the moment where he slaps the fuck out of them. And MODOK.
Ant-Man's upset because they made a deal.
Yeah, Ant-Man's upset. Yeah,
took Cassie and the fucking core. Like, fuck the deal.
yeah, fuck the deal. But this is where he's got Janet frozen. This is another very weird editing moment. From this moment, him and Janet walk into a portal. He has Janet by the hand because she's frozen. So then he grabs her by the hand. He walks her into the portal. After he walks her into the portal, it's weird, bro. So we then show Chronopolis, right? Why the fuck did they walk in together? Did he go sit down and say, "Don't bring her in the room until I sit down"? Like, don't bring her in until I sit. I want to make it as dramatic as fuck. Yeah, like, no, stay here.
You wait here.
Let me set the atmosphere.
You wait with them.
Does she have to go pee, bro? Like, because clearly, like, some time has happened in between the moments that they walk into the portal and the moment that she's ushered into his throne room. Why are we not shown that? Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. Again, maybe it's just me, but that shit is fucking weird. Because it doesn't make sense. Where did she go? What did she do? Did she piss? Like, Did he tell
still
them?
Stuck in time or some shit?
Yeah, like what the I don't know. Weird editing.
That nigga had to have time traveled back into that room or some shit.
Had to, bro. I felt like Kang probably said, "Wait, I'm gonna set the atmosphere."
You said Kang, the director. He's like, I don't like that one. We're gonna put that one right here. Take this part, put it right here.
You wait here. Okay, I'm gonna run and go sit down. Now, when you guys hear me clap, bring her in.
You know,
like,
hungry.
What the fuck?
Nigga got pee, poop, hungry, thirsty.
Yeah, it was.
Nobody. All right, good to go.
It was a little strange. The editing, it's strange. I love his chair though. I like we didn't get to see him use the motherfucker, but I liked the chair. The chair concept that they have here is pretty cool. But this scene, I love this scene. And the reason I love this scene is because this is, again, Kang opening up to Janet. Him explaining to Janet what he did not tell her in the beginning about being exiled.
Asking her what did she see.
Yeah, asking her what did she see because he said we didn't get to have this conversation.
Like a monster who thinks he's a god or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. She said a monster who believes that he's a god. Then Kang kind of smirked a little bit. Then he's explaining to her what is going on. He's explaining the multiverse to her. He's explaining what's happening to the multiverse.
Yeah, like when you can control time. Like it was some wise ass quotes.
It was some wise ass quotes. What did he say? When you can see time the way I have. What did he? How did he say it?
We'll watch it after.
I don't remember how he worded it, but the way he worded it was very like basically when you see time the way I've seen it, everything that you're worried about doesn't fucking matter. Like that's what he's saying. Everything that you're worried about, like when she said you're gonna kill trillions, and he said if only that mattered, he does. Whatever he has seen, like the end of the multiverse.
Should have like time, like whenever you can whenever you can see time, it's hard not to skip to the end. Said that like so he's obviously
like Gray said, he did say time is a cage.
Yep.
Time is a cage. Time is a cage. He said time is a cage, but he's explaining all that to her here. And I loved, when he's explaining it to her, he's talking about in which, again, I want to bring up, we've talked about this. First of all, I should have said this before we even jumped into all of this. Anybody that's watching that may be new here, that's not, here on a regular, we covered this shit from day one. I have been screaming Victor Timely since day one because these leaks are accurate, bro, and we covered them over here. You guys are not getting fed bullshit with Planet Fanatics. We're coming with the accurate plot leaks. We're coming with the accurate,
now, when you hear take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of fucking salt.
Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. But usually we're hitting the nail on the head here when we go through these plot leaks. We've been on Victor Timely. I've even the post-credit scene for me confirmed one of the other leaks that we're going to see several different Avengers teams fighting different Kangs. We're going to see the leak said we're going to see a cosmic team fighting the Scarlet Centurion. We're going to see a grounded Avengers team fighting the Kang that got trapped in the core. We're going to see the 616 Doctor Strange formed Illuminati fighting Immortus, and I forgot who they said is fighting Ramatut. I think it's the Young Avengers that are fighting. One of them or something's fighting I forget who they said.
They probably gonna combine the West and
probably. But yeah, we've been covering all of this. We've been covering all this, and I this is, we got Multiverse of Madness right. We got Thor: Love and Thunder right. We got Wakanda fucking Forever right. I was really excited that we got this one. This one, because it was like, this was cool. This was cool. Everything that we've been saying from these, and I don't want to make it sound like we've been leaking this stuff. The things we've been reading from leakers, like My Time to Shine Hello. Somebody came in the comments and said My Time to Shine Hello is not reliable. It's nice to know
we're not feeding y'all bullshit.
Yeah, we're not feeding y'all bullshit.
It's nice to actually look in the mirror for once and be like, we did a good job. We got something right.
Yeah, we're not feeding y'all bullshit.
We've been talking about this movie for what, like a year, like 8 months to a year now.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. We and again, it's been pretty accurate. So again, he's talking to her here, and then I like what he says because one of the things I said from that leak, the last time we talked about the leak, which about the whole multiversal or different Avengers fighting the different Kangs, I said, because I think someone asked, well, is the Kang from Quantumania going to join them? And I remember I brought up, I don't believe so because I believe he hates them and they hate him, and that is the consensus. He does hate them. In this scene, he says, "I'm going to burn them out of existence."
They banished that nigga.
Yeah, like exactly.
The
They
reason
exiled
they
him.
don't, they don't fuck with him,
And he don't fuck with
because-
him.
Yeah, because he was exiled. He don't fuck with them.
Yeah, so so he's explaining to Janet everything that's going on here, that, you know, this is where he's saying that he's going to burn them out of time. I love that line.
See, did they explain why they exiled him though?
No, that still has not been explained. The only thing that Kang said was they're afraid of him.
That's
now, what that
just
means,
because he was too strong or whatever.
either that, or it could have been a whole Thanos deal. You know, they deemed Thanos psychotic too on Titan because the way he thought was different from the way they thought. So it could be he maybe thought a certain way that was against the way that they thought, where they're like, this nigga's crazy. We gotta banish him.
Like this one Kang.
Yeah, this one Kang.
Something off of him missing a Kangazome or some shit.
Yeah, we gotta.
There's something wrong with this nigga.
Gotta banish his ass.
Crackhead.
But that's where she told him, you're gonna be killing trillions. And this is where he, you know, in that moment right there, he's turning and he's saying, if only that mattered. And then we've got Cassie, who goes and releases the main rebellion leader girl. I don't even know if we ever got her name. Maybe we did. I don't think I deemed her that important. But we she wasn't to me. But we got to that
What's
part.
crazy is I swear she had more screen time than
Hope.
Oh,
bro,
I swear to God, she was more,
you know what, bro? Until
I
you
swear
said
she might have
that, I
did
didn't
better
think
than
about
Hope. I might have watched her more scenes with her and been like, you know what? She's like, she makes sense right now. I fuck with her acting. Other than like Hope, Cassie, like. She really like third or fourth up there. She up there with Janet.
Yeah. Until you said that, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it that way until you said that. She does have more screen time than Hope. Yeah. Especially within the quantum realm, she has more screen time than Hope.
Hope came in and saved the fucking day like 3, 4, and it, like every time it was the same. It was nothing new with Hope. Like in the first hour of the movie, all it was Mom. What's going on?
That's just Mom. Tell me, why are you not lying? Why are you lying? Yeah,
like, that's all it was. Like,
that's all it was.
I'm trying to protect you. Like that's literally all the first hour really was.
That's all it was. Okay, so then the ants come in. We understand that the ants, obviously we know that they got trapped in the quantum realm with them. We see them as they're getting trapped in the quantum realm. You see a little clip of the ants, with their little technology thing on their head, whatever that does for them, that helps them think or whatever. We see them also get sucked into the quantum realm. So then this is, Hank saying, oh, the ants are here, blah, 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 blah. Then we move on to this Rise of Skywalker third act. You've got Cassie that releases her. Then you've got Cassie that gets on the intercom or the hologram.
Now, bad writing. There's one scene. There's one scene where Cassie has to, like, dude's face has to unlock the cell. Then in the next scene, the rebellion girl comes and unlocks the door with like her hands and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
I thought that same shit. I was like, how does she know the code?
That's what I was like. Didn't the nigga face just unlock? Big blue bald. The nigga head looked like that shit.
Yeah,
right there.
really.
Swear to God. And then she just come up in Amazon coat. That I'm like, bro, this shit
I was so
crazy.
confused when she did that. I was thinking, okay, so is this not her first time here?
And it's like, I know I'm sitting here, it's little things and shit. Like,
I know.
That don't change the movie. I'm just like, like, I've noticed shit like that.
I noticed it. You weren't the only one. That's why I started to tell Henry, switch me spots so I could sit in the middle of both of you, because I know he wanted to sit by me, but I wanted to. Yeah, so
that shit is funny, bro.
It's that shit was weird too. So now they're going to war with the villagers and things like that. You got Cassie sending out this fucking freedom fighter message to everyone. Again, very Rise of Skywalker, bro. This happened in the Rise of Skywalker. I'm telling you, this ending is the Rise of Skywalker. I know you don't know.
I've seen a scene on Twitter.
Of Rise of Skywalker,
blue and all.
I'm telling you, this
hologram and all.
Yes, bro. Like they sent out in the Rise of Skywalker, they sent out that message to the masses, like, "Come help us, come help, blah blah blah. If there's anyone out there that wants to help, come and help." She did the same thing, and it's very Rise of Skywalker. I didn't. So this whole scene there, this is where I hate the third act until Kang does what he does. I hate the whole showing up of all the the people of the quantum realm showing up and doing what they're doing. Then he sends MODOK.
Yeah, she gives that announcement. He sends MODOK.
Yeah, he sends MODOK to kill her.
Basically, the next 5-10 minutes is MODOK chasing Cassie.
And I'll tell you something else I don't like. This scene between Cassie and MODOK. I didn't like it in the plot leak. When we read the plot leaks, when she said, I don't like that his redemption only took her saying, stop being a dick.
Maybe don't be a dick.
And then he thought to himself, you know what? I've been down here a long time. Ain't nobody ever said that shit to me. Maybe I should stop being a dick. Maybe I should fucking be an Avenger.
I didn't try to battle Kang before. Kang didn't help me. I'm serving him. But Cassie, something about her telling me just don't be a dick.
That's life changing.
That's it. I want to be a fucking Avenger. Yeah. God damn it.
Fuck AIM. I don't need to build AIM. I don't need to come out of the quantum realm. I don't need to be MODOK in the MCU. Fuck it. I'm not a dick anymore.
Hey.
That's fine for me. I didn't like that. I really didn't. I didn't like it. I liked when Cassie went big though. I liked Ant-Man pulling a Kang, calling that motherfucker out.
Steps,
yeah, I was like, okay, all right, Scott.
We had a deal.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Scott.
Yeah, I was doing the big ball celebration. I think it was definitely walking in there with some nuts.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen Paul Rudd have to act like that with Ant-Man.
Yeah,
he's come from a long way.
He has come a long way. I remember
battling Anthony Mackie first with the suit, and
beating the shit out of Ant. That's another example, bro. I'm sorry. I hate to keep going to Matthew's Captain America, but you telling me. So was it humanity that he had when Ant-Man beat the shit out of him?
Nah, truth be told, this is, besides Thor, this is the only hero they have that not beating Kang, but that's fucking with his family, all the ants and shit, that can fuck with Kang to some extent. Not beat him, but him, Thor, that's it.
Yeah, because that's what I said. I've said that I want to see Thor. I want to see Thor. Honestly though, I'm gonna throw. I know people are about to hate when I say this. I'm throwing Danvers in there, and I'm also throwing Monica in there. I think, hate Danvers all you want.
I love Strange. I can't throw that nigga in there with what I've seen. No time, no stone.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't have the time stone.
Throw that nigga in there.
He doesn't have the time stone.
He ain't doing shit right now.
Well, yeah. So we got him calling him out. We got him calling Kang out, which I really, really love that scene. Then we've got, moving on here, I want to kind of skip. Now, again, this this Rise of Skywalker ending, I didn't like. Again, I'm going to keep saying that. You got the buildings flying. You got all the quantum realm citizens showing up. It's after Cassie's cry for help to everybody and things like that. I just thought it was very, again, Marvel can't write a third act. It was once again, very Rick and Morty, and I just did not like that part.
The only good thing about third act was Scott.
Yeah, yeah, and when Kang said, "I'll go handle this shit myself,"
is M2 fighting?
Yes.
Him going all big.
This I did not care for. I've got holes.
I've got holes.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh my god, this is so.
Is this little nigga
I don't know who this is. This is something they made up.
Anybody in the comments tell me if this little nigga is canon to anything?
Can you confirm?
Who is this little Diglett thing, bro? This little fucking dot.
It was just annoying. I didn't, I mean, again, subjective. Maybe you guys laughed, and if you found it funny, I'm glad you found it funny. For me, he was on my nerves.
The first time I did, I'm not gonna lie, but the rest in the serious tone and element of the movie, I was like, this shit's not needed. It's making me feel like the goats in Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
that's how I'm feeling.
It was unneeded. I like when Cassie went big at MODOK. There's the whole "don't be a dick" thing. So then we're at the part now where Scott is gonna launch himself into. Now I want to talk about this too. I want to talk about this because I noticed this last night. Right here, there's no scale in the quantum realm, I guess. And when I say, well, let me put it this way. Again, the editing. It's the editing. I don't know if Marvel has pissed off all their VFX effect, workers or whoever does the editing. But here, you can't. Can you tell that they're big? Can you tell that they're big right here? I can't.
Nah, like dead ass.
Unless they're doing the slow motion. Yeah, I'm telling you. Unless they're doing the slow motion running or talking, you can't really tell that they're big. Now I'm gonna fast forward even more so right here. You can't tell that they're big when they're talking to one another. I'm sorry. I want to make sure
that shit was gonna happen too. With the there's always room to grow shit. So
yeah, right here. This should. The editing here, we should be able to still tell that they're
like
big.
they established like Scott was big. Like no homo. Pause. Whenever like you heard his footsteps.
Yeah,
like, whenever I heard his, I was like, I've never heard that nigga step like that.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that? And so that, and then I seen Cassie do the same thing, but then her, like you said, her voice got all slow motion type shit. And I was like, okay. But then whenever they were hugging, and he was like, it feels like I'm hugging Godzilla. Like, you niggas look normal like this.
Yeah, like there's like to scale. It's not to scale at all. And again, just a nitpick. I'm sorry. When I watch films, especially like Marvel, when I go into Marvel, I go and I look at everything, and that was one of the things I noticed. I was just like, But this again. Now we've got Kang, who is about. This shit was brilliant. This shit was great. When he came in. I wish I could play it, man. God, I wish I could press play. When he came in, I love the little hoverboard. I've always loved that. I loved it in the trailers, too. When he comes in on the hoverboard there and he steps off of that shit and he's doing what he's doing to... Like, this... I don't know what power... Yeah, I don't know what power it is, but when he's making motherfuckers just disappear, not turn to dust. They're disappearing.
I don't know what's... Niggas dead ass just overkill too.
Overkill, bro. Like when she threw the spear at him, and he just stopped that shit. Now this scene, this part, I wish I could play this. I really like this part. This part right here, when the damn, hold on. I want to make sure is it gonna let me do it? Okay, this part right here. When he shoots that shit at Kang, Kang turns it blue and shoots it back at him. Yeah. Oh my god! I was like, that was so clean, bro. And that was clean.
Burn that nigga. And that's one thing I wish they would do. How easily they just killed that nigga off. You know, like why can't that happen to the good people?
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, like that's one thing I meant to say. Like the good people need to die sometimes for the movie to have like some
stakes
type of like
And like emotional pull.
And like I didn't want to bring it up. It's like they had no problem doing that in Black Panther. You know, like let's go ahead. And,
call a spade a spade.
I'm not asking for Janet to die. I'm just asking like, why couldn't that main lead girl have died? Like all of us like the rebellion.
Well, you know, that's been the question on Twitter from pro recasters. Why didn't Scott die to motivate Cassie? The way that you killed T'Challa to motivate Shuri. I mean, I'm not here for Ant-Man. I'm not here to talk to T'Challa today about that. But it's a valid question. It's a valid fucking question. But no, I love this scene. I thought this was cool, and I thought the same thing you thought when they killed him. I thought to myself, because he's not really an important character and he's not human. That's why they did that.
Yeah,
that's why they did that.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, this is the part where he was like, this was skipping.
That shit was so funny. He had the two long ass ones that he seen like three niggas running.
Yeah, when he was skipping and hitting them, I was like, oh, bro, that's just dope. And then when they landed, I said, now what the fuck are they about to do? After I just witnessed what I witnessed him do, I was like, what are they gonna do?
After y'all niggas done exerted all y'all could, like
all your
Cassie,
energy.
I'm not expecting much from you. You should be done for the day. Hope you save the day. Usually, not much of a fighter. Bro. I don't know, maybe. Let's see.
Because I didn't see it. Then I don't know why Hope continues to fly at him. Tiny, he's just gonna flick her every time. He did it again. This time he backhanded her ass away from him. She went at him.
So you hear them hit the ground and they like bounce off the ground and shit too. That shit is so funny.
It is funny. It is funny. I wish though one scene I wish we would have got though, and I wish we would have got Scott small and Kang trying to stomp on him. I wanted that, man. I wanted Scott to go small. I wanted Kang to like be trying to like just stomp on that motherfucker, like squash him, you know? Like I play on that shit. He's Ant-Man. Play on that. I thought that would have been cool. But then we got, you know, Kang is doing what he's doing to them here. He's already, you know, taking them down a little bit. I think this is where he tells them, Yeah, this is where he told him, I am Kang! I am Kang! And he was like...
I've killed Avengers before.
Yeah, he was like,
you are nothing.
You are
you
nothing.
play with ants.
You talk to ants. Yeah, like, I love that. I love the dialogue
that
there.
Shit had me dead.
I was laughing too. I love the dialogue there. Jonathan Majors, I'm going to give this man his motherfucking flowers. He ate this role. He did such a good job. Especially when he said, I am Kang. I was like, bro, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believed that shit.
I feel like he definitely took it to the next level. Like, I don't know if some players, or not some players, but some characters play the part how it's written, and some characters get their part and they elevate, act it out to that next level. I feel like that's what he did. He got the script and was like, how can I make this Kang? How can I make this better?
Yeah.
And so, like you said, give him his flowers.
Give him his flowers.
Can't wait to see more.
I can't wait to see him.
Saw the Creed training as him, Kang, in the hand. He had a bit of hand-to-hand combat
Yes,
that looked
he did.
good. Him and Scott's fight looked good.
And he was doing like some jujitsu. He kept saying, "Yes." I was like, "Damn, this nigga's been doing some jujitsu."
Nigga from a different universe got.
But he really was fucking Ant-Man up.
Like, they looked like some real ass fights too. Like, he was beating that nigga ass.
Yeah, he was fucking Scott up, bro. I didn't like this. I did not I get it. He's Ant-Man. I get that's his stick. I get that the ants come. But these ants can't bail him out of every fucking situation, every movie. Didn't they bail him out of the first one? I get it. He's Ant-Man. But are they going to be on Battle World? Are these motherfucking ants going to be on? Yes. With the goats. With the goats.
Yes, nigga. Was that like a... Yes.
Yes. Yes, the ants will be there, nigga. Yes.
Everything gonna be there. Whatever, anything they need, nigga, like... Whatever they can get.
Kenny said convene ants. Convene ants. Like, that is so funny. Yeah, no, dead ass. MODOK obviously turning on him, and this is something that we read in the plot leak. We knew MODOK was going to turn on him. Now, I want to say this. Originally, because we know that they did reshoots toward the final weeks before the... Well, I want to say, we got those reports maybe about 3-4 weeks ago. Probably about a month. A month ago, they started doing reshoots. In those reshoots, I believe they changed the ending. Because the original ending, before the ending was switched, was that Scott and Hope Scott was supposed to stay and Kang got out. Kang was going to get out. So maybe they changed that to, I don't know, because I think they might have changed it for this reason. Because if Kang gets out of the quantum realm, and we don't see him again till we don't see that Kang again till Kang Dynasty, I guess the mind would be going of, well, what has he been doing since Quantum Realm? Because Kang Dynasty doesn't come out till 2025?
I mean, still, that, to just have some, sort of stakes, though, or some sort of, value of the movie, it feels like something, bigger should have happened in the end in terms of, why did Scott and Hope not just stay in the quantum realm? Why did they have to go back? Why couldn't we have picked up the next, of wherever, if it's Ant-Man 4, wherever their storyline picks up, why couldn't it have been they were stuck in the quantum realm? This is how they get out. Blase this. He sees his daughter again.
Yeah, and the plot leak had them coming out in Kang Dynasty. Mm-hmm. Well, they were supposed to come out with the Fantastic Four, but we know that got removed. I liked that whole idea of him and Hope being stuck in the quantum realm and then chasing Kang out of the quantum realm into Kang Dynasty with the fan. I thought that would have been brilliant. That would have been such a cool call back to Quantumania. Once we sit down and watch Kang Dynasty, it would have been like, oh shit, this is that moment, So but they changed some things because obviously MODOK was always going to die. That was always in the leak that MODOK was going to die. You know, obviously Michael Douglas, that's when he dies. MODOK's dead there. He's telling them, you know, at least I'm an Avenger. That made me laugh.
No,
that made me laugh.
Like this, you know, dying wish nigga to be an Avenger. Well, go on.
Him, you know, when he said, "You've always been a brother to me," and Scott was like, "Really?" It was a wasted villain, a great villain. Now, again, maybe you're not too familiar with MODOK outside of the MCU. If you're not a comic fan like that, a great villain, another like Taskmaster, wasted. Another great villain wasted, because we're not getting MODOK again. Nope. Like, that's it. They're not gonna, like, where do you go from there? You can't. So he's dead. Like, it's dumb. I didn't like that he died. Then we got, you know, them building the portal that they built to get themselves back into their reality. But this is where we see Kang fighting. We see that warrior version, because remember, we saw, Jonathan Majors kept saying in plenty of interviews before Quantumania that this is a warrior version of Kang, like that he trained like that Jonathan Majors physically trained to be the warrior version of Kang. Not only that, you know, there was the whole reports of him showing up to set 2 hours before everybody else, running around in the Kang costume, running around the film set and things like that. He took this role seriously, and it shows. Again, it showed here, even in the fight scene, like the combat, the yeets, all that shit.
I could play this.
I wish I could play it. He tried to, you know, run to the portal and get himself out.
Scott fighting and shit. Basically, he beats the shit out of Scott.
I'll give Scott some props.
No,
he landed some hits.
He got his ass beat.
He got his fucking ass whopped. Yeah, he got molly-whopped for sure. But
like, the thing is, like he was saying, he doesn't have to win. He knew he probably wasn't gonna beat Kang. The objective was for him. Like, we could tell if it maybe wouldn't have got rewritten, they had wrote it away to where him and Kang would have lost.
Yeah,
because that's what he wanted. Until
to me, that's a better ending.
Until we were like, oh, we do have the Wasp in the title, so maybe she should jump back through the portal and push him back.
To me, that's a much better ending.
It's
a much better ending.
They both should have lost.
They both should have lost. I wish they still would have kept Hope there, but they both get trapped there, and then they have to now live through what Janet lived through. This motherfucker's hunting them now in the quantum realm, and then we possibly see them, you know, well, I'm not saying another movie, but then that's when we would see them come out in Kang Dynasty. I don't know. I just thought I didn't like the switches. I didn't like the change ups on it. But he was kicking his ass, man. When he told him, "You're out of your league. Did you really think that you could win?"
Yeah, like he stomps this nigga face in, breaks his helmet.
When he was stomping him, that was dope.
That was a dope ass camera, like from inside its mask, and you can see,
and you can see Kang
just stepping it, like that shit was
dope. From Scott's point of view. Yep. Yeah, that was cool. I like this too. We don't both have to. I don't have to win.
I don't have to win. We both
just have to lose. Then, you know, Janet came in, saved the day. Kang gets sucked down into the core of the whatever the power. I forget what it's called.
The core.
Okay, the core gets sucked into the core. They have their moment here, Scott and Hope, and then Cassie reopens the portal for them to come back into obviously the 616, the world.
So Cassie just didn't her all like that's my thing. How
didn't her shit get all? I don't know.
Didn't it all just break?
It's not explained. It's not explained.
She just gets back to Earth and was like, "Oh, let me rebuild this shit real quick." Boom, they're back.
I guess it's not explained, bro. They don't go into it.
Because that's literally what happened. She's like, "Where's Dad?" And like, he was right behind me.
And then
they cut, and the next scene she'd fixed the portal already.
Gets on some computer. Some computer that didn't get sucked into the realm with them. This part I hated. The more I thought about it last night, remember I left out of the theater, I said I didn't mind that. No, I hate it. I do not like the ending of the film. I don't like the ending. This part where he's saying...
I might need to hear why, because I don't know how I feel about it.
The reason I don't like it is because when he says... To me, it's too campy. It's too funny. Like, bro, yes, you established Kang, but Scott keeps saying, like, did we kill him? I don't know if we got him. Did we really get him? No, it's okay. But then going back, well, he did say something worse was coming. But I thought, bro, I didn't like it. I just didn't like how he kept saying that. I wanted him to be more... It should have been more taking him seriously. It should have been more Loki. Loki took He Who Remains at his fucking word. Loki came out into the TVA telling Mobius, he's terrifying, he's this, he's that, he's coming. That should be, he fought him. That should be his attitude. He shouldn't be walking around right now. Now, granted, they think he's dead. They do think he's dead. But why would you think that if he told you something worse is coming?
I don't get out of here, yeah.
So, exactly.
He literally told
him that. And this motherfucker's walking around.
It'll be worse. And that nigga said, what could be worse? And nigga Kang said,
he said,
me.
A lot of me. He said me, and then he said a lot of me. And it's like now you got Scott walking around with this campy ass music behind him talking about some
welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, we saved the world but did we save the world because he said, it's okay. I don't like that. I don't like that. It should have been, again, to the tone of Loki at the end. I'm not trying to crush the fun. I'm saying establish the tone, though.
It makes sense, because I understand why they did with, like, what he's saying, you know? Like, rightfully so. He probably is wondering, you know, like, did we kill him? All these thoughts just racing before he goes and has dinner or whatever. But at the same time, it should be more of a serious
It should have been.
Just because us as an audience know what the fuck he just did. He knows who the fuck he just fought.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Sorry. Even I think it would have even been cool to have him talking either the way that Carol and all them showed up at the end of Shang-Chi. You should have had them show up like that to Ant-Man, and Ant-Man should have been telling them, bro, I don't know if what he's saying is true, but I just went through some traumatic shit and I thought I should share it with the Avengers because this is what I was told. It shouldn't have been welcome back. No. Like, establish he's coming. He's coming. Like the way Loki did, man. Like even Loki was more terrified in the post-credit scene. When he's like, that's him. He was scared of Victor Timely.
What has Loki seen?
What has he seen?
Yeah. Outside of He Who Remains breaking down what actually
he's not
has
seen anything.
Happened, like what's going.
He hasn't
seen Kang do anything. It's
not like Scott.
Like he's just that nigga Loki has the fear of the way like he explained it, and he has the fear of he saw his literal timeline change when Sylvie killed He Who Remains, and so he knows he wasn't telling the lie.
Yeah,
so it's like. Why didn't they make Scott know the same thing? Like he's not telling a lie.
He's not. That's what it should have been. I don't like the whole. For somebody who's still got a black eye from the motherfucker. You're too happy. You're too happy. There's too much going. Like
that's my thing too. Like it started off like serious too. Like or did we? And then he starts thinking like, wait. Did we actually kill him? Or like, wait, what if what's coming? And then he gets to the point where no, we're probably cool. And then he no, like he should have stayed on the part of like, and then like he definitely should have used those thoughts and went and told like Janet or Hank or some shit, somebody.
Bro, if he's, I mean, not that the Avengers ever officially, not that Scott was ever officially on the Avengers roster. You know, he calls himself an Avenger, but because he helped Cap and things like that. But he never really within the MCU. He's never officially been on the roster, but he still should have. Bro, reach out to somebody. Reach out to Wong. Reach out to Carol. Reach out to Bruce or somebody and be like, I don't have any validity.
They still could have established something from even him and Janet having a conversation. Yep. But as much as Janet has seen him or her seeing his mind and her knowing how much is in the quantum realm and stuff like that. So I feel like them two having a conversation of like, is he really dead? Like, is this over? They should have had a talk about that.
Should have been like that. Now, unfortunately, it does not show us the post-credit scenes in this. So if you guys watch this on your own time, the post-credit scenes are not in here, unfortunately. I hate that they're not. But see, that's the moment where he's like, wait, did we kill him? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Look at this. He's still got all the marks. The black eye, the scratches up here. He's still beat the fuck up. So you telling me every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you're not reminded of the motherfucker that did that to you? And what he said to you? I would be.
And I wonder how much time this movie took. How long were they in there doing that shit?
Yeah.
It could have been,
that's true. That's not talked about.
It was only a movie, so it could have just been a quick little this and that. But at the same
you mean like that, yeah.
But at the same time, niggas seems to be on a whole new day celebrating. And she said it's not her birthday, but it seems like they've past some time, even though he does have some scars and shit. So
how long were they in the?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, that's what you're saying. How long were they in the fucking quantum realm? Because it doesn't establish, like when they come back, how much time has passed here. Yep. That's not a That's very good. I didn't even think about that. They don't talk about that. We don't know how much time has passed. It's the little shit. It's the little shit. So then it ends, with them wishing her a fake happy birthday, and I hate how it ends on him. The credits roll with Scott tasting a nasty piece of cake that he doesn't like. Yeah. Roll credits.
Ew.
Marvel's third acts. Telling you, Marvel's third acts. So yeah, but now let's get into the post-credit scenes. Let's get into the mid-credit scene. Now, me and Sir Yuri G had a conversation about the mid-credit scene because we both saw it before the film, because obviously leakers and things like that. So we both saw it, and we were talking about it in Discord. Now, I know Sir Yuri G is watching, so I want to say this. When I saw it, as I always say, you guys have heard me say this before. When I saw it, I was like, oh, bro, this is so dope. It was blurry. It was blurry, but I could still see it. And I couldn't, like, the sound also was very faint, like the dialogue. I couldn't really hear what the Kangs were saying, but I could see them. And I was like, oh, they're doing it. Oh, my God, that's cool. I did not like it in the theater. That scene, for me, I'm sorry, is awful. It's cool. It's cool seeing Rama-Tut. It's cool that Scarlet Centurion is established. It's cool that Mortis is established. I felt as if I felt that scene was probably filmed within the last month of reshoots. I felt like they just told Jonathan Majors, hey, we need you to come do some reshoots. We need you to come film some stuff for the post-credit scene. They just threw him in there and said, just do some shit.
Yeah.
Because in the Loki post-credit scene, I felt like he understood Victor Timely way more than he understood Immortus, Rama-Tut, Scarlet Centurion. Because the way he was acting as Victor Timely, I felt like he had more time to study that character the way he had time to study the Kang that he portrayed throughout Quantumania. Yep. But when he came on as Immortus...
Like he's already been acting as Victor Timely in Loki.
Exactly. When he came on as Immortus, I hated that. Why was Immortus blue and not Scarlet Centurion? Why was Immortus talking like he has COVID?
Yeah.
We have to stop that.
I was
like, what the fuck? Why is he talking like that? Rama-Tut's headpiece? Why did you CGI that? Marvel's post-credit scene CGIs have been awful lately. Harry Styles showing up with Pip?
Yep.
Awful. I know this wasn't a post-credit scene, but Little Heimdall's head floating. Awful.
Cheap.
What's another post-credit scene that the CGI has not been great on?
Doctor Strange Third Eye.
Doctor Strange's Third Eye.
Was that a scene? I don't know.
It was a post-credit scene. This post-credit scene, his headpiece. Why did you not just make that a practical prop? Why did you not actually get a headpiece to put on him? The makeup. I didn't like the makeup. Why the fuck were all the Kangs barking like dogs in the Coliseum?
You fucking monkeys.
Yeah, like monkeys, nigga. Like, I didn't want to say it. I said it last night. I didn't want to come on here and I don't want people thinking I'm trying to be this racist.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. Fuck that. They had them niggas in the crowd like some gorillas.
Monkeys, like some fucking apes. They all in the
these are your fucking geniuses, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, what are they like? I didn't like that. And thank you so much from Josh. Josh said,
"Thank you, Brody."
They said one time that certain area has time dilation situation, like with the ants living I see 1K years per day. Certain areas, but not all. Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like it. I did not like that part. No, I thought I agree with you, Johnny Stevens. I thought this. Let me clarify. The characters in that scene. There you go. The concept was great. The delivery sucked. The concept was great. For me, the delivery sucked.
The delivery of the second one, of the end, was much better.
Perfect. It was perfect. Yep. I also liked on the mid-credits or the mid-credit scene. I did like, though, one thing I did like was that they kept it. They kept it.
Planet of the Kangs is crazy, bro.
Planet of the Kangs. Yeah.
I'm swearing, like. I'm sitting there like,
was.
He said, I'm seeing the comic panel, but at the same time, I'm like, bro, These niggas are geniuses of time, bro. There's no way they are monkeying over each other.
No.
Like
And you know what? If you wanted to do it that way, you wanted to show us the Kangs. The way you're introduced to the Council of Kangs in the comics, it's the main Kang gets brought before the council, and he's in that Coliseum. It's the same Coliseum, but he enters in a dark room. Then after that, you know, he's like, "What's going on? Who brought me here?" Then the lights come on, and it's full of Kangs. That to me would have been so much more of a better way to reveal the Council of Kangs. You should have had Immortus being Immortus, with Ramatut next to him, with Scarlet Centurion next to him, and him. The lights come on. Council of Kangs, but they're not fucking monkeying around. They're serious. They're sitting up there serious. And then Immortus, the speech he gave to Ramatut in Scarlet Centurion, he should have given to the council. Everyone. The council. That to me would have been better. Yeah. That's a better scene in my opinion. Again, the concept is great. The delivery sucked. I also didn't like how Scarlet Centurion, I'm using what you said, looked like the fucking High Evolutionary. What is going on there?
Like the High Evolutionary.
I was like, okay.
I've seen other like reviewers trying to say like that's Iron Lad and shit. Like
that's not Iron Lad. It's not Iron Lad.
They just got the look wrong, and they need to go ahead and switch that shit up. Cause I'm not going. It wasn't. I didn't think it looked. I was just like, it's the High Evolution. That's literally who I thought it was. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
yeah, it looked. I didn't like the way they had him looking. But again, I hope. And this is not on Jonathan Majors. This is on. I blame Marvel. I blame Marvel for his lack of ability to act these characters out because they didn't prep him for that shit. They should have prepped him for that. If they knew, maybe they didn't know that they were going to do this scene. But I feel like this is something that we've been talking about. What we wanted until we got the plot leak, the leak about the post-credit scenes, at least. But I blame Marvel for his inadequacy in that scene. I don't think he was well prepared. And I hope that they fix that shit. I hope that he comes in a little different. And I hope these Kangs aren't barking and shit. Like, what were they, and not only bark, what were they barking at? There was nothing
like
in the Coliseum.
20 Kangs standing in the middle of it. And then
that were still appearing.
Yeah, that was...
And like you had that one that was like laughing, and the point was like, "What the fuck is that, bro? Like, what the fuck is that?" I'm like, "What am I missing it? Like, did I not see something? Like, bro, I didn't like it. I did not like that scene. I'm sorry."
Bro, that nigga, I'm telling you, like, we used the perfect word. Like, them niggas were some monkey-ass crackheads, bro. Like, I forgot about that shit. So, like, there was dead-ass a Kang in the crowd, like, just laughing.
Hysterically laughing. Bro. Hysterically laughing.
Comedy.
But I did really like, and the only thing I liked in that scene was that we saw them using the exact same tech that Reed Richards used in Multiverse of Madness. I hope that means that they're really going to establish Nathaniel as a descendant of Reed in the MCU. I like that. I did like that. I like that. Now, the post-credit scene was perfect for me. The post-credit scene was perfect because you tied it back into Loki for people that because you know there's still a lot of people that haven't seen Loki. Like again, I was talking to people at work today that have not seen Loki, so they didn't understand the post-credit scene. They were like, "What? Why is Loki there?" I have my supervisor, my supervisor that you know I'm the supervisor, but he's still training me because he leaves next week. He said, "So why was Loki in it?" He's like, "I don't get why Loki was in it." I was like, "Did you not watch Loki?" He was like, "No." He's like, "I haven't watched anything since Endgame." And I was like, "Bro, you got to watch Loki." I was like, "That'll explain it." So, you know, people don't know. But I think that scene right there could motivate people that have not watched Loki to go and watch Loki, then could do Marvel some favors for Loki Season 2. Because Loki Season 2, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, Loki Season 2 and Secret Invasion are the only two series coming out this year. Yep. And I like that. I like that because that means Marvel is putting a halt on putting out 19 motherfucking projects that are going nowhere. 19 projects that are causing fatigue. I think they're finally getting it that we need to slow down and get back to formula. We have to. What did Green Goblin say in the first? Back to formula. Back to fucking formula. Like they gotta get back to formula, bro. Like so. But I thought the post-credit scene was perfect. I liked it.
I think Majors played that Victor Timely a lot better than he did those Kangs from the first. The thing I want to say about the mid-credit scene is I like to see the variation that Marvel did with. I don't know why this fucking mic always falls off. I like to see the variation that they did with the Kang and stuff, to see that even though the CGI was shit, you know, that they're thinking about, even though they did the Council of Kangs, they're going to do, like, the different ones and actually put some details into them and shit. So I'm excited, even though it looks like they rushed that one, I hope that they actually put some time into each of the variants when they start getting their own little stories and shit.
Yeah.
But the end credit scene with Loki and Mobius and everything and fucking Victor Time, I think it was a perfect way to end with the tone. Like,
it was.
I don't think the movie tone ended, how he talked about the third act and everything not ending well. I think that was a perfect way to come in with the end credit scene and wrap up the movie.
I completely agree. I thought that scene was great. I love the dialogue between Loki and Mobius. I like that because remember, this Mobius is not the Mobius that Loki spent all the time with. This is a different Mobius. So this Mobius is now looking at Loki and saying, this is the guy. He doesn't seem as terrifying as you made him out to be. And Loki's still staring at him, fixated on him because he's terrified of him, says, oh, he is. I love that. I loved it because Loki really doesn't have a reason to be afraid of him outside of what he remains told him. Yeah. Scott, walking around talking about welcome back, has a reason to be afraid of him. So yeah, I love the post-credit scene, but that's it. That is Quantumania, and again, I do not give it the harsh score that critics are giving it. Again, I thought that this was not the best start to Phase 5, but it's a start in the right direction. It's a better start than Phase 4. And some of you might be thinking, oh, I'm not going to settle. That's fine. I'm not settling for anything. I'm simply saying, for me, it worked. It worked to a C. It was a C. I gave it a 70 last night. I'm keeping it with a 70. I gave it a 6 out of 10. That's what it is for me. It is what it is. But we'll move here to some of the other things and again, I put that link there so you guys can go and watch that film anytime you want on your own. That link is there. But let's move here to what Kevin Feige has been talking about, and that is, not Phase 7, not Phase 7. My apologies. It would be, where am I? Yes, the delaying. So why are shows getting delayed? And I think this is a good thing. The Marvels just got delayed 4 months. I think that's a good thing, because I hope it's been delayed for 4 months because maybe they showed some test screenings that weren't positive and they want to go in and fix some shit. Because you guys know, again, for those of you that are new here, we've read the plot leak for the Marvels. It is sucky. Ass. It's ass. It's a rotten fucking tomato. I don't like it. Ugh. There's a lot of, it's weird. Why is Carol, no, I didn't like it. Doesn't she sing? She sings in it. Yeah, Carol sings in it. Like, there's a whole, no, I don't care if people are like, well, Brie Larson has I don't give a fuck about Brie Larson's good voice. This is not American Idol.
There's no Brie Larson movie.
Yeah, bro, no, I don't.
Fucking documentary.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I don't want to hear her singing. I don't want to hear Carol singing. We are in the multiverse. What the fuck? This is a film where we're gonna see our first incursion, and she's singing. That's not no. I don't want to see that. Me personally, I'm just not interested in that. So. I like the fact that things are getting delayed, though, because, again, it's just showing that the care is there. It's showing that Marvel does have their ear to the ground, regardless of if they choose to listen to it or not. They do have their ear to the ground, and they are listening and seeing that, the fan reception is not the best. People are still coming out saying, oh, but this, or oh, but that, or oh, Marvel's not the same, or the cracks are showing, or X, Y, and Z. And I think that is why, like Official Liam G said, why Kevin Feige all this week has been doing damage control. Kevin Feige has talked about every project outside of Quantumania this week because he's trying to, again, damage control, get people to understand, or trying to get people back on board. Like, even the whole statement of the 80 plus more years of Disney or of the MCU.
Yeah,
you're smoking dick. That's not possible. With the current trajectory of Marvel, I'm not gonna say it's not possible. But with the current trajectory, it's not possible. It's not possible for the MCU to continue on for another 80 plus years, because you also have to remember DC boots up in 2025. And that's your rival right there. If done correctly, that's going to be your rival. But let's read here what he had to say here quickly. It says, according to a new report, Marvel Studios is reevaluating its MCU Disney Plus output, slowing its Phase 5 streaming output year to year. It was mere months ago that Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige pulled the trap off the next half-decade plan for this superpowered franchise. However, a lot has changed since then. As the exhibition spending of the past few years levels out, players in the streaming business begin to realize that the endless content chum may not be a sustainable business model. This is what Kevin Feige was asked. This is the Hollywood Reporter. Reported that a number of Phase 5 MCU shows have been delayed, pushing some out of 2023. The report revealed that Marvel is looking to spread out and tinker with its streaming content. The move is what the Hollywood Reporter observers are calling a massive correction from the past couple of years, where streamers were building content plans based on giving consumers endless amounts to watch and spending recklessly to do so. One agency partner whose clients work within the MCU told the Hollywood Reporter that you can have 10 mediocre shows or you can have 5 great shows. Either way, people will stay on Disney Plus. Well, okay, yeah, sure. We know that Secret Invasion, while Samuel Jackson is starring in Secret Invasion has been expected to release sometime in the first half of 2023. Fans have been getting worried as Marvel Studios remains tight-lipped about the series' official release date. Secret Invasion is one of 2 projects the Hollywood Reporter calls locked in for 2023. But this push from Disney means that Marvel's themed spy thriller could be getting moved from the assumed release of April/May 2023 to sometime this summer. Perhaps it's falling into the slot that Loki Season 2 was seemingly going to occupy in late June or early July. Then it goes on to say Loki Season 2, with the 2023 MCU streaming titles that were supposed to fill out the latter half of the year getting bumped, it feels like Loki Season 2 will move from the expected summer time frame to later into the fall. Footage for the time-hopping Marvel series has been shown in a number of Disney Plus promos, so it feels like a sure bet that Loki makes this year. Fans should expect Tom Hiddleston and crew to grace their TV screens by the end of 2023. It just might be later than expected. So we know that Ironheart has been delayed into 2024. We know that Echo has also been delayed for 2024. Agatha Covenant of Chaos has been delayed for 2024, possibly 2025. Daredevil Born Again has been delayed for 2024, again, possibly 2025. And it says the MCU changes beyond Disney Plus. What will be interesting to see as the dust settles around the Phase 5 streaming delays is what it means for Marvel Studios' big screen efforts. Marvel has been clear that these Disney Plus series are just as important as the greater MCU narrative as its theatrical projects. Despite what some fans may say, some shifting things on one side of the franchise without doing anything on the other feels unlikely. This means that the theatrical slate leading into Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars feels primed and ready for a similar push at the hands of Kevin Feige and Disney CEO Bob Iger. I remember people telling me when I said that that Secret Wars is going to get delayed to 2027, people in the chat were telling me, I don't think so. No, it's not. What'd I say? I said it was going to get delayed to 2027. It's too massive of a fucking film for it not to be. And if they're doing 2 parts, it has to be. Especially if the rumor is true, they're going to do the whole Battle World films in between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and I'm going to believe that they are. My Time to Channel reported on it. The bitch is never wrong.
I knew it was confirmed, and this is more recently, but whenever they started throwing the reports out of fast-tracking Doctor Strange 3, get that out before, and that's when I was like, if you're going to try and get another Doctor Strange out before Kang Dynasty, that's getting pushed back.
Yeah.
That's not staying where it's at.
Yep, and we talked about,
we talked about this for a while.
So again, I like the fact that things are getting delayed. I like the fact that things are getting pushed back, and it's just simply because I want them to take their time.
Effort.
Yeah, put the effort in. Take your time. Put the quality back in the quantity.
Take it out,
yeah.
Rewrite it, reshoot it. Don't rush the reshoot like a week before, a month before, like we're doing reshoots. No. Just, push it back so you have the time to put in put on screen what you want to put on screen.
And now I'm going to read what Kevin Feige had to say what Phase 4 was all about. And I'm getting to the overall point here. It says, interviewer. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the interviewer said, you've said that Phase 4 was very much about introductions. We met a lot of new characters. We got a lot of new heroes. We got America Chavez. We've got Shang-Chi. We've got so many people coming in, but now Phase 5 is about to connect everybody, right? Feige says, absolutely. We wanted the Infinity Saga to feel complete after Endgame and Far From Home, but Phase 4, as I've said, was all about experimentation, introduction, reintroduction, and we took our time to have fun and play in genres we hadn't played in before and do all sorts of fun things with these characters. Oh, I'll tell you what, Kevin Feige, I didn't have fun. Yeah. I did not have fun. There were gems, but there were more rocks.
They had fun experimenting, though.
Yeah, I don't believe they had fun experimenting. And the reason I don't think they had fun experimenting is because, well, maybe they did. Maybe they don't give a fuck about the backlash.
They made less fucking money.
Oh, that's true, too. They made less fucking money. Then the interviewer said he then looked forward, explaining that Phase 5 will continue that while also heading towards a very, very big picture. Kicking off Phase 5 will continue that. Like in the Infinity Saga, there will be standalone films within the next 2 phases, but it really is, as you will certainly see in the Quantumania, heading towards the very, very big picture. And as we've already announced, the big picture is the multiverse saga. In a very, very big way. Then it says, what's next for Phase 5? As Phase 5 approaches, fans can get excited about the big picture that is the multiverse saga. After experimenting and introducing in Phase 4, it is becoming time to see what the hard work was building up to. Perhaps Phase 5 films will use some of the new genres Feige alluded to in fun new ways like Werewolf by Night, Horror Tone, or She-Hulk Attorney at Law Legal. Keep that shit. Then it says, further Phase 5 will seemingly emphasize a shift in focus away from the universal and toward the multiversal. A shift in scale certainly going to be explored in the upcoming Quantumania film. So that's just kind of what he had to say there. I'll read what he said here about a little bit about Phase 7 because it's quick. And this is the interviewer asking him, and this was with Virtual Press. He was speaking with a Virtual Press, and Parker, the interviewer, asked him, you really do have a plan. How many phases do you have planned in advance? Feige said, we work in about 3 phases at a time. 3 phases together, as we all know, make a saga. Then it goes down to say, Feige always has more movies on his mind. I'll read that. Okay. It says with Feige stating that the MCU is developed in 3 phases at a time. The recent close of Phase 4 and beginning of Phase 5 indicates that that development may just be getting underway on Phase 7, leaving Marvel Studios' current focus on the 5th, 6th, and 7th phases. This is further suggested by the 4 recent delayed Marvel movies coming after Avengers: Secret Wars. These currently unnamed MCU projects would fall outside of Phase 6 due to their omission from Feige's slate. Another indication that Marvel Studios is currently planning its 7th phase. Feige always has more movies on his mind, leading him to recap the way he's broken up each slate of projects into phases over the past 15 years so far. This is Feige saying, we are making a lot of movies, and I always dreamed of making even more movies, and we sort of break it up into these phases, and I always dream of making even more movies, and sort of break it up into these phases. So from Iron Man to the first Avengers was one phase. Then we would do Phase 2 to Avengers: Age of Ultron, and in turn to Endgame. Endgame ended what was called Phase 3, and now we're starting a new saga. Then he said, we've made a lot of films in Phase 4, the last of which was Wakanda Forever. We introduced a lot of characters in that. And now in this film, in large part to the man sitting in front of me, kicks off what we call Phase 5, which begins a more specific storyline heading towards some Avengers films down the line. Yeah. So we know, again, they've taken breaks. They've delayed some things. Again, I like the delays because it just shows me that the care is there, that they're taking their time, that they're going to put the quality back into and take away the quantity, put the quality back into their projects and things like that. I'm not upset about the Marvels being delayed. I'm not upset about it because I want that movie to be good. It's introducing an incursion. It's going to be the first time we've seen an incursion on screen, and I just want the stakes of that film, the gravitas of that film, the tone of that film to be. It's an incursion. We need to feel that shit. We need to feel it because a universe is about to get destroyed. It's not our universe, but a universe is about to get destroyed, and that needs to be felt, in my opinion. So again, I like the changes, I like the delays and things like that. I was gonna do this, but I don't see the point. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. This is just more of what critics
rather read comments.
Yeah, what critics say. It doesn't
saying the same shit.
Yeah, so this doesn't really matter. Where is this sitting right now though? That I am curious.
48 as of 20 minutes ago. So as of right now, it is at a 48.
48. Okay.
6.6 out of 10 on IMDb. 49 on Metacritic.
Okay.
48 on Rotten.
Okay. So it's doing where it's at right now. But again, for me personally, I didn't mind the film. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. It does, for me, it has rewatchability because of Kang. It has flaws, but the rewatchability for me is Kang. It's all Kang. I could go watch Jonathan Majors do that again. Yeah. But we'll get into these. We'll jump in the chat for a little bit with you guys and see what some of you guys are saying. If there's something that you want us to read, so we're not scroll because we haven't really been in the chat, so we're not scrolling up too far. Send it down below so that we can read what you guys are saying. What you guys have to say. What do you guys think of the film? What do you guys give the film?
Before we even get into that, shout out 81 viewers right now.
Yeah, shout out to everyone watching.
800 on the total stream, so
that's really dope.
Hopefully y'all getting out seeing the movie, because honestly, I don't support the striking of this movie like we did Black Panther. Don't go watch fucking Black Panther. But this one, honestly, like, it was a good movie. Like, if you want to go,
don't listen to the critics.
If you want to go take your family and your kids, go watch a Marvel movie to feel like y'all are back in the old time. It's honestly a good Marvel movie.
It is.
Like,
it is.
If you watch it for what it's supposed to be, it's setting something else bigger up. Sure, every fucking movie no.
Yes, Marvelous D.
Flaws.
Yeah. Yes, but Marvelous D. Kang is the saving grace. Kang is the movie.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they wanted it to be, though. I'm not sure why they named that shit Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, like I said, I'm never one to we always will read what the critics are saying, but I'm never one to. Same thing like with Wakanda Forever. Remember, I kept saying I get what everybody's saying. I get what we've read. I still have to see it for myself to form my opinion. It's the same thing with Quantumania. I had to see it for myself to form my opinion, and the critics on Rotten Tomatoes are just, I don't know what they watched. I feel like, again, it was outside the norm. I've not seen a Marvel film done like this before. I've never seen a Marvel film like this. The Quantum Realm was weird. It was different. There was weird creatures. There were weird people. There were weird, things that were happening. It was very, again, Rick and Morty, Star Wars, Star Trek, Strange New World. Maybe that just doesn't do it for everybody.
Some people, some ratings have dropped. D. Steezel said, I didn't like it. I don't want to see it again. I'm good. Grace said, Janet and Kang's chemistry was the best part of the movie. I agree. That was good. I liked seeing. I think Paul Rudd was fine. I think his acting was fine. I liked them adding the father element in there even more. Like, he was even in the first one and second one to a 6-year-old and everything, but just seeing the chemistry with him and Cassie grow, I didn't mind it. Sir Yuri G said Kang is the glue that holds the movie together.
Indeed.
Stamina said, I thought it was aggressively average, enjoyable, serviceable, but unremarkable / not memorable.
And he's not wrong.
5 out of 10.
That's that. My score is I gave it a 6.
7?
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I gave
My
it a
score is the
7.
same. You're not wrong, Stamina, and I appreciate you being here. I haven't seen you in a minute. Where the fuck have you been? I agree with you. I definitely agree with you because it's. Again, it's Kang.
Says, like we said before, is too comic booky for critics.
That's what it is. It's
Raymond gave it a 9. Hey,
Shirley Miles gave it a 7.
I ain't never seen Raymond give something a 9.
Johnny gave it an 8.
The movie is
RL gave it a 6, and he subscribed earlier. I appreciate the subscription.
Always. Omega Zero said 1 bill. This movie needs to pass 1 billion China release date. Oh, will it?
It might. It might.
What's coming out soon? Oh.
Because China shows out for these Marvel films. They didn't for Wakanda. I talk about that in the video.
Zang Beto said 5.10 or 5.2 out of 10.
Official MG said 6.5 out of 10.
Brian Gosling said, damn, Quantumania getting bad rep from criticism.
Yeah, that's honestly what it is. It's bad rep from criticism.
Official EMG said, really happy they pushed the Marvels back so that Nia DaCosta can work on making it a great film to enjoy.
Yep.
Can't wait for it. Think it'll be the surprise hit of the year for the MCU. Fuck the haters.
I agree.
I agree. I can't wait for it either.
I want to see Monica, man.
A lot of niggas hate on Carol. I don't
hate Carol. I do not hate
as
Carol
or anything. Like, she's not. I don't think she's supposed to be like this loved character or anything. Like, I don't mind her.
Johnny came in with the most philosophical question of the evening and said, "Do you think Kang smashed Janet?" Well, hell, Janet said she had needs.
She let that old nigga, down
she let Kryler.
Down my mind. She was like, you know what, Nathaniel.
Nah, boy, she's probably watching Nathaniel work on shit, getting all sweaty and hot. She's probably like, damn.
You saved my life.
Let's fix my core. I don't know. They might have.
Definitely did.
Franchise gave it a 7.
D. Steezel said a 5.
5 out of 10. It's about half.
Brian said, I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will probably hit fans in gear for Phase 5 better. Quantumania isn't really the trigger film to start off for most people with recovering from Phase 4.
Yeah. That's very good point. I think everyone's going to really enjoy and love Guardians 3 just because it is their farewell. It's not going to have any implications to the wider multiversal stuff going on with Kang. It's going to solely focus on the Guardians. I'm sure they probably will have something in a post-credit scene that alludes to the wider things going on in the MCU possibly, but within the film itself, no. I just don't believe so. And also, the newest trailer they released, due to the Super Bowl, I want to say it got, was it 134.4 million views or something like that it received? It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people that you just, advertised your film to that. So I agree.
That's just like household. It could be like 20 people in one house.
Yeah.
Probably more than that.
Yep. And to answer D Stizzle, yes, D Stizzle, the first incursion that we are going to see on screen within the MCU, there's concept art of it.
The Marvels.
Is the Marvels.
Sir Yuri G said time has no essence in the quantum realm, so Nathaniel was constantly smashing Janet.
There's a concept art of an incursion from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. You can keep reading that. Let me try to find this.
Raymond said, so for the people who watched Earth's Mightiest Heroes, do you prefer MCU Kang or EMH Kang?
From what I've seen,
probably EMH, just because I ain't seen enough of MCU Kang yet.
I still haven't even seen. I haven't watched Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but from what I've seen, no, I haven't. I'm not big on Marvel's animated stuff, but I know everybody wants me to watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I've never sat and watched it season for season, but I've seen specific episodes and like certain timeline or like time periods and shit of it. Let's see. Shirley Miles said the movie was okay. It could have had more action to it. Yeah, it did feel a bit slow at times.
Yep.
Sir Yuri G. Zang. Everyone's saying Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Kang. Easily. D. Steezel, Stamina.
I figured everybody was going to say that.
Yeah, I did as well. Let's see. Let me scroll up.
Damn, why can I not find
Valerie
this?
Walker said, I think they should take a page from DC and make their first villain movie with the Kang. Majors would kill it.
Who said that?
Valerie Walker.
Miss Valerie. That is happening, I believe. And the reason I say that is because just from what we read in leaks, this is coming from the Marvel Studios subreddit, the mods over there. After Kang Dynasty, we're supposed to get a Disney Plus special that is titled Conqueror. And it's supposed to follow Nathaniel Richards. It's supposed to give the audience and all of us, our viewers, a deeper dive into who Nathaniel Richards truly is. What motivates him, what drives him, what made him Kang the Conqueror. And that's supposed to be taking you into Kang Dynasty after that special. So hopefully that's still on and we do get that.
Stamina said, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted Ravonna Renslayer to show up in this film.
I saw people saying that on Twitter. I saw people saying too, when they meet up, it's going to be interesting. I want to know too, like, it is going to be interesting because but Renslayer's relationship is not with this Kang in the quantum realm. It was with He Who Remains. I'm assuming that. I'm just assuming that because the way she was acting in Loki, she was acting, and she could have been playing dumb too, but she was acting as if she didn't know some shit. So I don't know. We'll see.
The franchise said I think that will be focused on in Loki season 2.
Probably so.
Bulls for Life said the post-credit scene was to remind us how serious it is due to the writing of Lang's character having to be kind of naive and never ready to sacrifice, and was his first step to do what it takes.
Yeah. And then Doyle Star said the movie was awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's not what the critics are saying. It's not. It's just simply not. I can't find this fucking concept art of this incursion. It's pissing me off.
Valerie again said, when the Avengers officially get back together, who will be the leader? I was hoping for T'Challa, but they screwed that up.
When the Avengers, so this is what we know. Humanity Sam Wilson.
You see that video of that nigga getting yelled at?
Yes, I did. I did see that video. They were fucked up for that shit. Leave Sam alone. Sam Wilson is going, leading the
can't even say
I can't say it. It's hard. He, Shang-Chi, and Shuri, again, rumored-wise, are the 3 new leaders of the Avengers. And Kang obviously knows something about the rings we don't. He may even know something about the rings Shang-Chi doesn't. So there's already an upper hand for him against Shang-Chi's rings. He's not worried about Yibambe Shuri because she struggled with Namor.
She should have died.
And then again, I'm going to keep saying this, Sam Wilson has no powers. The way he was popping them in the quantum realm, you gonna pop Sam's ass like that too.
Shield ain't like, no, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like I no. I don't know. I wanted it to be T'Challa too, but it is looking like it's gonna be those 3. But really, it needs to me. Thor should be one. Strange should be one. But Strange's not gonna lead the Avengers. He's gonna do the Illuminati deal. He's gonna build the Illuminati within the 616. And again, grain of salt, but that's just what we've heard. Yeah, those 3. It's very lackluster, isn't it?
Brian Gosling said, how many Avengers teams are we having?
Right now, there's the again, I'm going to make sure I say this every time. Grain of salt. Take it, with a grain of salt. But right now, there is the rumored 616 Illuminati. The rumored new Avengers team that Sam is going to build in New World Order. The Young Avengers. The Cosmic Team. How many is that? 4? And possibly, they might skip past the West Coast, but they might do the West Coast Avengers. And if the only reason I'm saying might is because
I still think they combine the West and the Young.
They might do that.
Because you still got Clint, Kate, then you have the twins with Wanda, and you'll have Wonder Man in there.
And Kang is a Nexus being. Yep. That was established too. Jonathan Majors talked about that in an interview. Kang is a Nexus being. There's still that whole connection that they say is there between. Remember, I talked about that early on in Quantumania days. I talked about the rumor that I hadn't heard anything about until kind of maybe 3-4 weeks ago, that Wanda and Kang would be connected in some type of way. What that connection is, we still don't know, but it got brought back up. With him being a Nexus being, it got brought back up, and it got brought back up that she is, since he wrote the Darkhold, a version of Kang wrote the Darkhold. So it's...
Oh, so the MCU Kang wrote it?
Yeah, the MCU Kang wrote the Darkhold. So it's the connections there to Wanda are there. Now, is Wanda going to... being the persuasive guy Kang is he going to persuade? I can give you, not that she can't give herself what she wants, but I can give you what you want. I can give you time. I can take you to a reality where, because she can't travel the multiverse unless she dreamwalks, so I can take you to a reality where, and that in turn would possibly cause an incursion, where you can be with your kids, or I can bring your kids to you, or whatever, something that he could. I don't know. I don't even know if Wanda. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Wanda, but there's that connection there between the two of them. What else we got?
Diesel said when Shang-Chi was on the Avengers, Tony Stark did create special gauntlets for him, made it easier for him to strike tougher targets.
Dope.
I cannot Tony Stark could come back and do that for him now. What are they doing with the Thunderbolts?
Who asked that one?
Nobody asked that specifically.
Oh.
I've seen a bunch of people bring them up.
All right, Thunderbolts. Now, this is what we know about the Thunderbolts so far. Thunderbolts are going to introduce Songbird, which is rumored to be played by Katie Sink, who plays Max in Stranger Things. We know that Sentry is rumored to now be black, for whatever fucking reason. And it's going to be, Val is going to create Sentry within the film, and throughout the film, Sentry is going to be going crazy by hearing voices. I'm assuming those voices are coming from the void. Hearing voices, and that's going to then prompt him to turn on the Thunderbolts, and then the whole fight's going to happen between him and the Thunderbolts. I assume it's going to look like Kang and Ant-Man, because what are the Thunderbolts doing to Sentry? I don't know. Zemo might be in it from what we've heard. Zemo might make an appearance in it because Zemo is one of the ones in Marvel Comics that, not one of the ones, Zemo is the one that creates Songbird. He gives, well, I don't want to say creates Songbird, but he gives her new powers after everything happened with her. What else do we know? Adamantium will be introduced in the Thunderbolts. President Thaddeus Ross will be in the Thunderbolts. And it's going to be all of them, all the world leaders going after adamantium. The adamantium is coming from Tiamat, the Celestial sticking out of the ocean. So we're going to get a playoff there on what's going on with the Celestial. Really, I want to say that might be about all we do know about Thunderbolts right now.
Bucky Barnes.
Oh yeah, Bucky's in it. And not only that, Bucky is supposed to be the leader of the of them. I thought they said Yelena. Yeah. I thought they said Yelena. They did say Yelena at one point, but it's now looks like it's been changed.
We all question why the fuck Bucky and they're like, oh, when you think he's the leader.
Yeah. Now it's Bucky. So that's I think that's about what we know so far about Thunderbolts. And I could be missing some things, but I feel like that's about what we know.
D. Steezel said the Cosmic Avengers equal the Annihilators, and Kenny said, I think the Annihilators will be led by Rocket after Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I don't know that Rocket makes it out of Guardians. I want him to. But they put so much emphasis on Rocket, and that could be purposeful to throw you off, but they put so much emphasis on Rocket in these trailers. Like, even the lines he's saying. I'm done running, Pete, or he didn't
one last time.
Yeah, one last time, or he didn't try to fix things. Yeah. He just didn't like the way things were, like things like that. Like, I don't know that Rocket makes it out, and I really hope he does, but I don't think so.
Brian said, is A-Team going to be an Avengers team too, an all-female character and MCU Marvel team?
I've not heard anything about A-Team. Haven't heard any, like Marvel. I haven't heard any leaks or anything coming from that team being a part of anything. We'll still have. Let's kind of. I'll give a little info here on Kang Dynasty. At least things again. Grain of salt. Take it there. Rumors, spoilers. If you don't want to know, now's the time. Toby, Andrew, and Robert Downey Jr. are rumored to not just be cameos in Kang Dynasty, but be main characters. And when I say main characters, I mean that loosely. Not like... I mean main characters the way that...
The Wasp.
the way that the leader of the little villagers was. Like that.
Also a bit more than the Wasp.
Yeah, a bit more than the Wasp. But something like that. That's
some
what
of them
heard.
might be the Wasp.
We've even heard that Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is supposed to be one of the villains because his Iron Man, or this one of the versions of Iron Man, because I believe they still want to do an RDJ Iron Man that is akin to, obviously not the Iron Man that died, but a multiversal version of him teamed up with the Avengers. But the 838 version of him is supposed to be wanting revenge on our Avengers because of what was done to his Illuminati team and friends and things like that. So he's rumored to be one of the villains in Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars as well. We know that the Young Avengers are supposed to be established in Kang Dynasty. Established throughout other projects, but they'll make their big appearance in Kang Dynasty. Fantastic Four will be in Kang Dynasty. No. We don't know that for sure. Probably not, actually. Because Fantastic Four is after Kang Dynasty, before Secret Wars. So more than likely not. At one point, yes, but more than likely not. But the multiple Kangs will be there. Because if the rumors are also true after Kang Dynasty, that we're going to get all these Battle World films in between, I'm wondering how they're going to do that. That's interesting. Because it's not Battle World, it's Battle Worlds. That's what they've said. So I'm wondering if Kangs are going to run their prospective Battle Worlds the way Doom ran Battle World. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. But that's a little bit of what we know.
Kenny said Drax definitely dies, but I think it's mixed direction with Rocket, and he'll be the leader after Peter walks away.
I would love that.
I really don't think Rocket's gonna die.
I hope not. I really hope not.
I don't think Rocket or Groot's gonna die simply because
money.
I think those two you make money off them. Like, there's no reason to really kill. I think this is just going to be super emotional because it is emotional how Rocket was created. Mm-hmm. And so I think it is perfect for them to kind of play on the emotional side for the trailers and everything. But I mean, I won't be surprised if he dies because I mean, I think that's something that the studio can predict that'll hurt everyone.
Right.
So, I mean, but I mean, I'm not calling it though. I wouldn't bet on it. I don't think Rocket will die.
What else we got?
D. Steezel said Bucky was on a Thunderbolts roster briefly, but Songbird is one of the mainstays.
Yeah. And I think she more than likely will join the team in the movie sometime. I think she'll probably start out against them. Oh no, she won't. What the fuck am I thinking? No, she won't. She'll be on the team.
D. Steezel said Zemo got mad history with both Songbird and Moonstone, who should be a Carol Danvers villain.
Yeah.
Raymond said, I don't think they're killing an animal or on film. I think that's a misdirect. I'd even say we might lose Gamora again.
Maybe. I at this point, I don't know anymore.
Kenny said, Cap isn't always the leader and really doesn't have to be. I think the Guardians will be the Annihilators by the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Raymond said, I think the 10 Rings is just a weapon that belongs to Kang that has extra properties like maybe multiverse portal openings. I don't know.
That and the Bengals. We can't forget the Bengals. You know, the Bengals, and I hope they change a lot of this with the Bengals. Well, I hope they change a lot of what I read in the plot leak for the Marvels with the Bengals, because I didn't like it. Like, that Carol and Monica and Kamala are constantly switching places, and then the villain of the film gets one of the negabands, because that's what they are, negabands, Bengals. I'm calling them negabands, because one of the negabands and does what she does with them. I'm just like, and then Monica gets. You know what? The more I've thought about Monica getting trapped in this other universe, the more I'm not so against it, because I like what people were saying. What if Blue Marvel's in this other universe? And then she brings Blue Marvel, you know. I don't know. But I also like the fact that I like that because it makes her entrance into wherever she enters back in that much more Carol Danvers-like in Endgame. When Carol showed up and Cap said, you know, Danvers, we could use an assist down here, you know. When Monica's stronger than Carol. Monica is Photon, bro. Like, that character, her powers, the shit that she can do, like, nah. That's why you don't put a character like that against Thanos in Infinity War. What is the Gauntlet doing against Monica? Not shit. She's gonna absorb all that shit. Put it right back to... No. That you thought he wanted to rain fire on Carol? Yeah, he would have rained hella fire on Monica.
Stamina said, Fantastic Four is slated for immediately before the Avengers films, but let's see. Johnny said, one of the Battle Worlds films will feature Meteor Man, Blank Man, Booty Tank as a team.
RL said, our thoughts on Kraven the Hunter. With over in the Sony in the SSU, so they call it. I have no thoughts for the SSU, honestly. I want to see a trailer for the Kraven film.
Yeah, I'm not.
If the trailer,
I wouldn't think about it before I read your comment.
Yeah, if the trailer's good, I'll go see it. If it's
Morbius.
If it's more, and I've yet to see that movie. I will not watch that movie because you lied to me. But if it's
because you lied to me.
If it's good, if that trailer's good, I will be going to see it. I'm going to see Madam Web. I'm curious as a motherfucker is what they're doing with Madam Web. So I'm definitely going to go see Madam Web.
D Steel said, I like when Luke Cage ran the team. Stamina said, Kraven the vegetable muncher. Johnny said, I heard the League of the Extraordinary Gentlemen will be in Secret Wars as well. Raymond said, because who's making Quill cry like that? Come on, aren't the Thunderbolts supposed to be a team of villains?
Team of misfits. Kenny said, I just realized I haven't seen Morbius yet. Hey, you're not missing shit. Yeah, I mean, I can't.
I turned it on, but I fell asleep.
Oh, well, see, he watched it. He can tell you.
No, I ain't watching it.
Oh,
I turned it on.
He turned that shit on. He can tell you.
I was about to say, it would have been a big difference if I would have watched it. I would have told you I watched it. Not like I turned it on and fell asleep.
He turned it on. He fell asleep. That speaks to what it... I didn't watch it because I was lied to. My feelings were hurt, so... I was told
I turned it on because I knew
shit.
I was going to sleep. Like, if that sets a precedent, like it's not a fucking something you watch for fun. Dan the Man said, Quantumania was a good flick, but this shit needs a complete rehaul. Kill Scott Lang. Hope needs to become the Red Queen. Introduce Eric O'Grady. The Fantastic Four should find the younger versions of Hank and Jan.
Someone should have died.
No.
I just thought the stakes could have been. Someone should have died. Yeah.
Valerie Walker said they should introduce Blue Marvel to help take on Kang. Also love all the comic book knowledge you guys have. Very informative. I love learning from comic book experts on these movies.
Well, thank you so very much. We appreciate that.
You being here.
Thank you.
Friday.
Yes, thank you for being here. I agree with the Blue Marvel statement because you're going to need heavy hitters, and Blue Marvel is a heavy hitter. As far as heavy hitters that you got right now, you've got Photon, you've got Carol, you've got Thor. I'm throwing Strange in there. You've got Strange. You've got is it stop there? Am I missing someone? Because you've got Smart Taco passing out Hulk. I want to say it stops. Is that it?
You wanted, heavy hit, yeah. Yeah.
I think so. I'm trying. I'm racking. No, that's it.
What is Ant-Man?
Someone we're not calling.
That's what so yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that I would say that's it. So yeah, you need Blue Marvel. You need Blue Marvel to come in and help you take out Kang.
Mega Zero said they better not screw Kang again next time. They said he's more evil than Thanos. A lot of brutal killing Avengers scenes, cut Spider-Man's throat, blow Cap's head. Don't give a shit on those crybabies of Marvel. Bulls for Life said, I thought I heard something about Blue Marvel coming as well as, I think, Beta Ray Bill. Back when all them Multiverse of Madness leaks.
Oh yeah, those
Bullshit.
Multiverse of Madness leaks. I have two here. Black Cinema Critic said Morbius is the template for Blade. No rated R movie, PG-13, the exact same. And he's not wrong. They're not doing Blade. I saw this dope, and I mean fucking dope fan edit poster for Blade. Now, none of that shit's gonna happen like that in that fan edit. But he's right. He's right. They're not doing that. And then Northern Viking King, appreciate you being here, said just watch Tyrone Magnus review, but I still be watching to rate it myself. And shout out to you guys. We appreciate you being here.
Stamina said, worst thing I ever did with my time and money was pay the IMAX tax to watch Morbius on release day. My shame is endless.
Bro, I'm telling you.
You shouldn't even have said that, bro. You should have just left that one in the vault.
For me, when they took every inkling of Spider-Man out, I was done.
Boy, you don't know how relieved I was to see we're not going to see that shit. I was like,
I put it in the group. I was like, we're not fucking going to watch Morbius.
Don't even talk about this shit no more.
Yeah, we're done talking about it on the channel. Like, we're not covering Morbius. I was so mad. I think my feelings were hurt more than anything. It's like, where the fuck is Spider-Man?
Mega Zero said you'll stream tomorrow, right?
What is tomorrow?
Saturday.
No. I have to. Tomorrow I don't stream. I have to take these last few days to finish. Again, the video will be out, but I'm telling you guys that thing ain't gonna be out to the 28th. I'm sure. That thing's not coming out to the last day of this year, or of this month.
Mean it too.
Of this month, it's probably not coming out.
Already thinking the year.
Yeah, it's not coming out to the 28th of this month because I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. And Henry's coming over here this weekend. We've got to work on some shit with it. So I'm not live tomorrow. I won't be back live with you guys till Monday.
Dan the Man said Spider-Man 4 pitch since Marvel is watching this channel. Kingpin wants order in New York City, so he recruits Silver Sable, Bullseye, Shocker, and the Super Foes. Peter starts up Parker Industries.
I would love it. Definitely the Kingpin shit. We've been talking about that one.
No, something along those lines.
Yeah.
What do you think about Luke Cage versus Thanos?
I don't think Marvel's gonna. I don't think the MCU is bringing Luke Cage in personally. I really don't.
They're not. Brian Gosling said, oh, he's replying to Stamina. Dan the Man said, Pete starts Parker Industries worldwide to make a difference, but he can't leave NYC yet because of Wilson. He befriends Daredevil and Black Cat as Spider-Man, and his co-workers are the Web Warriors.
And again, not against that either.
Omega said, chill, Darius. Sonic movie 2, save your day from Morbius. When Sonic turns into Supersonic Morbius.
Well, if they could just erase that movie. As I've said, you know, they already made it established that when someone from another universe spends too much time in another universe, it causes an incursion. Vulture's been there for a long time in that universe. I want an incursion to incursion the fuck out of the Sony universe. I want it. Feige wants it. I don't get the SSU.
JD75 said, great show as usual.
Thank you, JD. Thank you.
It's a lot. Dan the Man said, Dan the Man said, Peter's new friends agree to take down Wilson Fisk, only to realize that Fisk wants order because they are all in danger. Everyone unites against the coming threat.
Be dope.
And then Kenny said, Peter can't start Parker Industries. He would never. It has to be Doc Ock in Peter's body.
Mano2, I don't know if you read this one. Mano215 said, do y'all think it would have been a better movie if Kane killed off Hank or Janet? Yeah.
Yeah, as much as I don't want to see either of them.
I don't want to see either one of them go. Yeah.
Like Hope.
I wouldn't. But Michael Douglas does want to die. Yeah. he wants Hank Pym to die. He said in Ant-Man 4, please kill him. So I'm sure he probably brought. Yeah, I'm tired of this shit. Well, that's too damn bad. That's Marvel. That's Marvel telling him. I just want to die in the neck. Well, that's too damn bad. He probably brought it up in this film. They're probably like, no, we still have plans.
We just killed T'Challa.
We can't. But I think, yes, it would have added a bit more stakes to it. Yeah. Here's a question. Maybe the chat knows. I asked you last night. Neither one of us knew. Why the fuck did Cassie call him Grandpa? Because Hope and Scott aren't married, and that's Hope's dad. They're not Scott's people.
Yeah, it's not even. Yeah, I couldn't answer that shit.
Yeah, I was wondering why she called him Grandpa. Maybe one of you guys know better than me, because I was like, why did she call him Grandpa?
Stamina said, ain't Madam Web got multiversal abilities, because nobody else they already have or getting soon is remotely capable of dealing with any of that, or am I fucking up? What terms are we talking about first?
Wait, who asked what?
Stamina. He said, ain't Madam Web got multiversal abilities, because nobody else they already have or are getting soon is remotely capable of dealing with any of that.
Yes, she does. It's the it's the multiverse of abilities, but within the web of what's it called? Chat, help me. The web of. I just got praised on my comic knowledge.
I don't know that one.
Somebody in the Gray. Somebody in the chat is gonna help me here. Web of Life. Thank you, Johnny. Web of Life. It's within the Web of Life. So yeah, she does though.
Raymond said, I think it's a respect thing. I think since she's been raised around them, she called him Grandpa out of endearment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably so.
She called him Grandpa because it wasn't comic accurate.
Chill said Toretto family logic.
Nigga said because it wasn't comic accurate. Dan said,
Web of Destiny. Web of Destiny. Yes.
Dan said, people forget the blip didn't happen yesterday. It's been a few years, so in that time, Hank and Cassie started their relationship while she was being strained.
That's true too.
Scott.
That's true too. The web of life in Destiny is a 3-dimensional construct in 5-dimensional space, which acts as a model of the entire multiverse and enables travel between realities. Its nexus lies in Earth 1, where it is maintained by the Master Weaver and Totem. It's basically the Totem. Spider deities. there's different spider totems. So yeah, she can. She definitely can. Anybody else? Any questions? Anything that you guys want to say? I have a coworker's birthday party dinner that I hope no one's watching from work that I agreed to go to. That I surely don't want to go to. I can't even begin to describe to you how much I don't want to go.
Dinner, like, where does
I can't even be streaming. I was hoping that shit was gonna take longer. And when we were going through the film, I was hoping it was gonna take longer.
Maybe we might watch this shit actually.
Yeah,
hey, y'all,
chat,
we might get fucking copyright.
Yeah, chat. We're gonna go ahead and play the fucking movie. We're gonna play the movie.
Brian said, so they don't want to kill Michael Douglas character in MCU, but want to kill off Angela Bassett character and even Aunt May in No Way Home. Logic, bruh. LOL.
Yeah, T'Challa too. Officially, MG, you were right. He said, no, don't retract that. Don't retract that message. No, I already read it. He was right though. He said, I was about to read that shit. He said, I told you, Echo's probably getting scrapped. He did say that, and yeah, don't retract your message. I saw it. That's funny.
Nathan Moore said, just limit your time there. Omega said, because they want women to be. Oh, replying to Brian.
Yes, I'm gonna limit my time for sure. I'm because my time is tired. Shit, my time is tired.
G said it's about to be a tax write-off for Disney. Talking about Echo.
Okay. Before we get out of here with you guys, and we've been hanging out, appreciate you guys being here. Before we get out, you guys do know it is Friday, so we always do giveaways. Now, it's not, I want to make this shit singular today. It's not giveaways, it's a giveaway. And the reason it's a giveaway is because I did not really have time this week with my new supervising position and everything I'm trying to learn to get out and, get some shit for you guys. But I do have something that I think is really dope, really, really dope. It is the Funko Justice League. It's a Funko Pop of the Justice League, and it is Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash, the Martian Manhunter, and Wonder Woman fighting Starro. And it is from the comic there, Justice League of America, where Starro the Conqueror comes down and blah blah blah. This is just like the Funko set that I gave out last week, that Sir Yuri G one of T'Challa. This one is super, super dope. I have one of these myself. I just haven't put it up yet, but it's super dope. So here's how we're gonna do this today, since it's only for one and not, since I only have one. We're still gonna do the spin. We're still gonna spin the wheel. So if you want your name entered on the wheel to win this, go ahead and start putting your name in the chat here. And then I will make sure that your name gets put on here. Now, again, this is just the one, so it's going to go to the one lucky winner. But don't fret. Reminder, we do this every Friday. So if you do not win today, you can win tomorrow.
D. Steezel said, Wonder Wheel of Fanatics Fortune.
So yeah, go ahead, guys. If you're interested, if anybody's interested in winning this, and again, maybe you guys can't see it. Let me put it to where you guys can see it. My fault. If anyone is interested in winning this, I think this shit is fucking light. I think this shit is dope. There's Martian Manhunter in there. You can see Starro that they've got him. Wonder Woman is, where is she? Oh, there she is, down there next to the Flash. You got Aquaman. You got Green Lantern. I really think that this thing is dope.
Go start typing names.
There's that there. Again, super dope Funko. If anybody is interested, put your name in the chat so that we can get you in. Okay. Let me see. Oh shit, it's going.
Go. I got you. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, go ahead.
You got Marvel Eyes.
Okay. Who's next?
D. Steezel.
Okay.
Gray.
Okay.
Bulls for Life.
Okay.
Raymond.
Okay.
Be a Blessing.
Okay.
Brian G.
Okay.
Dece Diesel.
We got him in there.
Oh, nigga, try. Did you? Okay,
Yeah.
bet. Nigga Raymond commented twice and said Raven and Cletus, and I don't know.
Oh, thank you for the
2 entries.
Yeah, the Giant Man. That's my. I put MODOK and Giant Man up here just because I have a hope. I just didn't feel like getting her out.
I don't think, dude.
Just those guys. All right. If it's just those guys, I'm gonna give 10
Going
seconds.
once.
10
Going
seconds to
twice.
anybody else
Going
that wants
3
to put.
times.
Okay, Shirley, put her name in.
B. Smith. Going 3 times. Going 4 times.
D. Stissel said Gray's favorite game.
Going 6 times. Going 7 times. Going 8. 9.
All right,
10.
and closed. All right, so we're gonna spin this. I'm gonna click on this. It's gonna spin, and whoever it lands on, we are gonna make sure that this gets out to you as soon as possible. All right, here we go. Oh wait, no, because they couldn't see it, so don't say anything. I'm sorry. I need to make it to where you guys can see it.
Raymond, I'm not laughing at Cletus, but I'm laughing at the fact your ass tried to enter twice.
They couldn't see it. Let me put it on to where they can see. All right, y'all ready? Let's spin. Here we go. Who's our winner?
Brian, you got home.
Brian, I'm so sorry, brother. Shirley, you won.
That is crazy. I want to take a picture.
Shirley, you won. Hold on, let me.
Line, bro.
That is right on the line, Brian. You kind of did get hoed by the wheel. Miss Shirley,
Congratulations, Shirley.
If you are in the Discord, go ahead and message me when you have the time. You don't have to right now, but when you have the time if you have a Discord, join our Discord, message me there, and send me your mailing information so that we can have Corey get this out to you. So congratulations to Shirley. Congratulations to you. I think this thing is dope, bro.
That shit is clean.
This is dope. You want to see it? This shit is dope. That Martian Manhunter down there.
I've never unboxed like one of these big ass ones though.
That shit is dope.
Yeah, this shit is hard.
Yeah. You guys, you'll like that for sure, Shirley. And again, everybody. So next Friday, I'll make sure that we have, 4 or more to give away. I'm sorry that we I only had the 1 this week, but I'll make sure we have 4 or more to give away. I'm also working with producer Henry because I'm trying to figure out how some of these YouTube channels are giving away a monthly $200 GameStop card. Like, is that something you go through GameStop for? How does that work?
Are you partnered with them?
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that works, but I would love to do that. Now, something that Corey and I have talked about too are DoorDash gift cards. Corey has a connection to where she can get some DoorDash cards to where we can start giving DoorDash gift cards away, so we're not just giving y'all toys, we can give y'all some fucking substance and y'all can eat. Y'all can, on those broke days when you don't feel like spending that fucking money, you can use that card.
Got me a fucking meal, man. Shout out.
Think of us when you eat. So yeah, guys.
That nigga say everybody eat.
Everybody eats.
That nigga Brian said I want a respin. No, they last second they shot.
Shirley said, "Oh wow."
They shot clock cheesed your ass.
It did. We got you hooked up though, Shirley. We got you hooked up. So yeah, guys. We appreciate all of you guys, everybody that's been here for this review that we've been giving today. It was definitely a fun stream. It was an interesting stream to hang out with you guys and talk about Quantumania. Again, not the dumpster fire everyone's claiming it to be for me, but your mileage may vary. So I hope that you guys all enjoy the stream. And again, we will be back next week with you guys to talk more of the things we love to talk about with all of you guys. This is the stuff that we love to do. So appreciate all of you guys being here. They're texting me now.
Nigga gotta go be that black guy at the event that don't want to be there. Why, Darius? Why are you so mad? Nigga don't want to be there, but he gonna act like you do.
Yeah, man. God. So yeah, you guys. Okay. Get with I'll get with you guys in the next stream. I'll see you guys on Monday. I'm gonna work my ass off this week this weekend. I'm trying my best to get it out before the 28th. I really am. I'm working my ass off to try to get it out. So thank you guys for all the kind words. Thank you, great review. Thank you.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Yep,
Be
you guys
safe.
have a good weekend. Be
Make
safe.
good choices. So I have to be telling my little
make sure you're pressuring the fuck out of our president to talk about what the fuck is going on in Ohio and Louisiana and North Carolina.
Prayers for Ohio.
Houston.
Go see Ant-Man. Be
Yeah.
safe with y'all's family. Go see Ant-Man with y'all's family. It's too much crazy shit in the world going on.
Yeah,
go enjoy that.
Yeah. So again, I appreciate you guys being here, and as I always say, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I promise you guys I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Be safe. So much love for all of you. You know that. See you guys later. Peace out.